Well, I don't know where the fuck the rest of them are, but that's okay. Hey, I'm Jeff. This is Off Topic. This is going to be a tough one to do today. Hopefully that's obvious to you guys. That's okay. I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know some of you hate when I have my Jeff Talks, but you're going to have to indulge me for a few minutes. I will do my best to make it quickly. I was of three minds on what to do about today's Off Topic. And I spoke at length with Trevor and Lewis last night until probably 2 in the morning. And so I'll just run through the options with you because I want you to understand the thought process. Obviously, Rooster Teeth laid off about 50 people yesterday. You've read the statement from Matt. A fair amount of you have done your armchair CEOing. That's obviously devastating and one of the darkest days in the history of our company. And I hope it's one of the darkest days going forward. So here's the dilemma. Ideally, we would start Off Topic today and move forward like nothing ever happened. The job is to entertain you people, and we love to do that, and we love you, and we want to entertain you. But at best, I think that not addressing this is foolish, and at worst, it's tone deaf and disrespectful, and I don't want to do that. The other option is to try to craft some sort of a response to make it make sense to you guys. Matt already gave the response. I encourage any of you who haven't read it to read it. It's very honest and transparent and painful. The problem with crafting some sort of a response is while most of you have been incredibly supportive and kind and sweet, and I thank you, and I will thank you for the rest of my life for the way you've handled this difficult situation for the people that still work here, and unfortunately the people who no longer do. This has been, I think it goes without saying, an incredibly tumultuous and painful 24 hours for us, and most of you have been so gracious and kind, and I thank you. But there's another portion, a much smaller portion, that y'all motherfuckers just want to watch Rome burn. And you've been decrying the end of Rooster Teeth since 2004. You know, people started saying that our days were numbered when we created the Strangerhood and it wasn't a hit. Our sophomore release was a failure. When we created RT Comics, somehow that meant the end of the company. When we did away with mod points and the emotomy, that was it. People were leaving in droves. Rooster Teeth was over. And if you don't know what those things are, you haven't been around as long as you think you have. We have dealt with these crises since almost day one. And for those people, the people that just want to see us fail, there's nothing I can say that's going to make sense to you or that will be enough. You will pick apart my words, my intentions, my syntax, my inflection, and there's not a lot I can do about that. And so I can't assuage you. There's nothing I can do about it. So some crafted response doesn't work either. And then for all of you armchair CEOs out there who know exactly what business decisions we should and shouldn't make and would have done things differently, I get it. It's fine. I harbor no ill will towards you. And I say with sincerity and without malice or sarcasm, I hope you move forward in your lives and you find something you're as passionate about as I am about Rooster Teeth. And I hope you create your own Rooster Teeth in whatever medium it is, whatever industry. And I hope you find success. And I hope you take those instincts and you make that thing successful and you make the right decisions. And when you're faced with adversity and when you're faced with difficult moments, I hope you make the right decisions. You have my support. You really do. The other option was to cancel the podcast, and that's what I was closest to doing today. Because I don't feel particularly joyous, and I know whoever that joins me, if they ever show up, won't feel that way either. But that's also kind of like hiding and sticking our tail between our legs, and that's not who we are either. And at a minimum, there are those of you who choose to support us as first members, and I sincerely thank you for sticking through this with us. As long as you continue to do, and if you no longer support us as a first member, that's cool too. Thank you for the support that you gave us when you did. I genuinely mean that. But those of you that are still here and those of you that are in the chat right now and that are driving on your way to work or at your lunch break and you're listening to this or you're watching this, you paid for a show and you paid for access to that show early and you paid for it at 2:30 Central Time today and you're going to get it because that's fair. But ultimately, I reached this decision to do this podcast and to have this brief conversation with you as I was driving to work today because I thought that there's about 50 people, 50 talented, hardworking people who woke up this morning and probably wanted nothing more than to go to work and to do their jobs. And for those people who no longer have that option, it'd be fucking disrespectful for me not to come in and do my job. And so this is off topic, and I'm Jeff Ramsey, and I hope that there are some other people to do this with because I'm running out of stuff to talk about.
Hey guys, Trevor, Matt, Gavin here. Jeremy will be joining us shortly. We just wrapped up filming something else. He's got to clean up
another video.
Washing off another video. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us in the many ways that you guys do. And let's jump into it, yeah? So, Matt, you've been playing some Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, they
Around with some new games, huh?
they added pets and stuff yesterday, which has just been me launching my monkey out of a cannon for about an hour and a half, trying to make people think I'm shooting at them.
Naturally.
Yeah. No, I'm literally launching a monkey.
I'm gonna go
out of
home
a
and launch
cannon.
my monkey out. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing some Borderlands today too. There's a lot of we're starting to get into that season of new games.
Too many games to play.
And
Yeah. Well, it's like I know you don't keep up with like the anime games, but like Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina, like Daemon X Machina launched today. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what you just said.
I know you don't. I knew you wouldn't. But
let's give Gavin a class in Daemon X Machina, hoping I said that right.
So have you ever heard of Gundam?
Yeah, the robot thing.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
That was a very quick class.
Yeah, I wanted to streamline it for him. You know, you basically are just like some pilot that I haven't played any of it yet because it's not even.
I think you'd be a good teacher of
Yeah.
video game lore.
I could do it. It's super easy. What do you want to learn about? I'll tell you right now.
Zelda.
Zelda.
5-minute breakdown. Hit me with it.
All right. Long time ago, 3 goddesses. One made the earth. One made life. The other made law. I think. I don't know. One of the.
You gotta know, dude.
One of them was a lawyer.
One was a lawyer.
One made the earth, one made the sky, and one practiced
to law.
law.
Yeah, law.
And one sued everybody.
They made all of that. Then they dropped the Triforce where they made it, and that became the Sacred Realm. After that, they made the goddess Hylia. I would assume she was supposed to protect all the people and the life. Monsters came.
messed that
She
up.
fucked it up. Yeah. So she brought everybody up into the sky. They lived up in Skyloft for a while. Then they came back down after they made the Master Sword. Then war happened for a long time, and Breath of the Wild happened eventually. That's about it.
I'll be honest, Matt. That felt just
What's
like
this angle at the back of my head?
yeah, it was nice. It felt just like history in that probably 3 sentences in, despite my love for Zelda.
You're like, man, I don't know.
switched
I
off?
super tuned out. I really did. Yeah.
It's a game that you kind of have to make your own lore. Zelda.
Well, it's there's definitely a lot of lore, but there's definitely some unbeaten paths, unblazed trails through there that you can kind of connect your own dots until they inevitably put another game in that path.
They
and
don't
kind of
they don't
solidify.
like A to B it for you. They're just kind of like you can figure it out between that. But yeah.
Yeah, and we've been playing some Borderlands, which is a game we were kind of talking during the stream, but I'm astounded that I honestly haven't found this game earlier. Like I knew about Borderlands as it continued to come out and be a franchise and stuff, but it's super up my alley, and it's just a game I guess I never really
Good with friends.
never really pulled out.
You just must have skipped it when you were in like I guess high school is when that came out.
Yeah, I also took a pretty long break between some console generations there, where when the 360 came out, that was kind of like maybe a year after it came out is when I started getting back into video games. So somewhere between PS2 and GameCube, and then like a couple years there where I dipped out, came back to Halo 3 and the very maybe tail end of Halo 2,
Yeah.
playing some of that. But...
Yeah, I mainly didn't play it just because I struggled to stare at stylized stuff for a really long time.
Wow,
Hey,
look,
Jeremy.
good as-
Looking nice and clean.
Wow,
and
it's like
fresh.
nothing ever
Yeah.
happened.
Is it, or is that my kind of purple?
The back of your head's pretty purple.
You got a
yeah.
purple tint.
Oh, I
but-
can see the top of it. I'm late because my face was painted, and I wanted to wash it all off,
Yeah.
and then stain the sink, and had to clean that off,
No, elite.
and yeah, but I made it.
I like that shirt.
The HD action.
Yeah. Represent.
A couple minutes late, but also today's podcast is sponsored by Harry's DoorDash and Stitch Fix. I need to get that in. Sorry.
Gotcha.
There it is. And there was a lot of conversation about whether or not I should wash my face off before I came here, and I was just like, I don't want to deal with it.
I had to leave today right around the time the stream started and go to a meeting. And when I came back into the office, all the lights were off and you were glowing. That was not what I expected. I expect the unexpected when I walk into the room every fucking day
Yeah.
working with you people. But that one I wasn't expecting. I gotta be honest with you. That one caught me off guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
happened.
I'm assuming we got some black light paint or something.
Yeah.
That's usually the springboard into between the games.
Yeah. We can do this. We can do that.
That's what
Cram
always
this
become.
in 20 minutes before the podcast.
I love that. That's what Awu is, though. Is
Yeah.
like that launching point into between the games.
I would love to
No
go-
one clipped that. That was me launching, not like any sort of
freeze
hand
frame.
motion.
I would love to know who the first person was who sent us a moonball. Like the impact that person has had. This shirt is terrible for video. I
It
don't know
really,
why-
yeah, no, I almost wore that shirt today, and I was like,
so
oh,
bad.
at
It's
it.
an eyesore.
yeah, I was like, I have to be on camera. I'm not going to wear that shirt.
Someone is responsible for that.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
None of us bought a moonball.
Someone's responsible for
responsible
that.
for a lot, actually.
It's
like we
interesting.
sold moonballs.
It's interesting that you can trace stuff back to one moment. What?
Drinking out of like a plastic
Oh,
cup.
I was chugging water and then I just put.
That's
Oh,
good
got
call.
it.
But yeah, I was watching back through some old Minecraft. I was watching a Let's Build, and in the comments it was like, "Oh my god, the birth of Edgar," and I was just walking past Kung Fu House, and I was like, "Oh, there's a cow in Kung Fu House," and I just shut the door on the cow, and everyone's like, "The birth of Edgar." I had no idea I'd locked the cow in there.
Yeah. Well, he was above the ground for a while, but like,
Yeah, Ryan Edgar-fied him. But
Right,
the fact
he
that the cow
holed
was in there was apparently my fault.
Isn't it weird how
Edgar
your memory
Love
slips
this.
that stuff? I was convinced that
it.
Ray created
Cakeless
Flint
or
Cole for the longest time, and it was me.
Was you?
I went back and I watched it and I was like, oh.
And I think 10 seconds later or before, Michael makes Mogar.
And Mogar and Flint Cole
Yeah.
happened within 10 seconds.
It really is like right there.
Iconic.
is that the same? That would be poetic if Shadles was the same episode.
Shadles was Trouble in Terroristone.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah.
it was-
okay,
Oh,
who's
with
the
Cobra.
No, you're thinking of Kerbal Gunner.
That's who it is.
Wait,
'Cause
not in
Gunners.
Whoever's angle it was, they were looking up at a cliff, and someone was like right there, and I think it might have been you, like walking, like fronting on the guy, going, "Who's Kerbal Gunners?"
You mean Cobra?
Cobra
All right, so Kerbal
Space
Gunners
Program.
is Cobra Gunners. Do you remember what Shadle's name was?
Shadow LZ.
Shadow LZ, yeah.
Yeah.
So weird that I remember that. How many
Shadles.
a thousand years ago?
3 frames of a name, you just kind of.
Back when I made the rap battles, and the Rooster Teeth rap battles, the fourth one was Flint Cole versus Shadles.
I
That was
remember.
the and we did a live action bit, so I dressed up as Shadles.
I remember you.
That's
I
awesome.
had the balaclava or whatever, like the on the ski mask on, and then
Yeah.
like the full TTT thing. So it was like
Yeah.
the blue button-down shirt with the vest over it.
You were in like college.
I was in
remember
college,
like there was
yeah.
a projector screen down, and it looked like a.
It was a
university
shitty green screen, but I tried to make it look like the epic rap battles, or like we had different backgrounds that
Yeah.
flew in and stuff like that. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
The rap was okay.
It's still out there, right? It's still public. People can
They're
look
all
that
still
up if
public.
they want.
Well, most of them are still public.
You pull a few down.
One got pulled down because all the songs I used, everything before like the 7th one, whichever one Tex versus Ruby was, that was the first one that like had original music. Spencer, the guy I do 1551 with, he made the music for that, and then all the ones after that. But before that, I just got them from like this royalty-free YouTuber guy that like made music. Sodic Beats is what it was, and it would say that at the beginning of the tune.
Yeah.
Like it was like layered in there. But then one of them got flagged. Was like, we're taking this one down. But it was one with Monty in it. Like Monty was on the competitor, so I was like, I won't fight that. Like that one can just come down. I think it was Jordan versus Monty. So it was like animators going at it.
I gotta say, Matt, I love, and I don't know if I actually love, but I love that every time you pour yourself a drink, your next sip out of it, you kind of retch.
It's not even my next. It's like the next like 4 because like, oh man.
It's a reminder.
You shudder.
Hey,
Fiona.
I applaud.
You drinking milk? What's that?
No, that's cum.
No one was expecting that response.
Not even a little bit.
No one was ready.
Such a fucking
God.
lie. She just had it like ready.
Without even thinking
It
about
almost
it.
didn't register correctly. I was like,
I gotta
oh no,
say,
she did say cum.
It's a protein shake. I'm trying to be healthy.
for you drinkers, I applaud your discipline because if I were still drinking, I'd be on my 4th shot of the podcast already today. You guys, kudos to you.
Who wants to take shots?
Fiona, we taking shots of not cum?
Fiona will do shots if we
Yeah, I'll
have a
do a show of
podcast. She's
anything
done that.
except that.
Oh, come on, it's nutritious.
I don't want to.
It's
You know,
nutritious. Come on.
Protein, isn't it?
Well, they said it's a protein shake,
Scoot up
but
in
they
here.
said if you put cum on your face, like sperm, jizz on your face.
Yeah, we know what cum is.
We got it when you said cum, yeah.
You want me
Listen,
ready
there's
to
female
show? We can
cum
try this.
and
You know.
male cum, right?
Sure.
What kind of
So
cum?
I can get
saying
you
I think
sperm
it's
jizz.
male. I
Elephant.
think it's the sperm jizz.
Sperm
jizz
jizz,
is
not like
it's good
not
for-
squirt jizz.
Yeah.
Like,
Dribble jizz.
Squirt
Dribble jizz.
jizzes?
Does
No.
sperm scale
Does
with
sperm is jizz?
Does sperm
No,
scale
elephant sperm
with,
is not the size of tadpoles, if that's what you're wondering.
I'm just saying.
What's in your eye? You got a red
Surely
thing
there's
in your
more
eye.
volume.
where
of it,
were
though.
we the other day when we were talking about what it would look like if all the sperm in one load combined into one Voltron super sperm? How big that sperm would be?
Yeah, it'd be like jizzing on a slug.
Was that the pool party we were talking about?
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's from something, I think.
You,
I
I
think
think
I've
you
heard
did
that
$1 million, but
It's
where it
now
was like,
on your eyelid.
You got cum on your eyelid?
yeah, I don't know.
Trevor's back to his old tricks
I don't
again.
know what's going on. Well, we were all just streaming together. Who knows
Hey,
who's
you
coming?
know, it happens.
You gonna sit down or what?
No, I'm just gonna drink a little bit.
Hey, pull up that stool
It's
over
just making me
there.
uncomfortable that someone
Sorry,
stood up.
Matt.
You're all good,
Let's
dude.
do it.
Shut up.
Yeah, we'll scoot down.
I'll scooch.
Is it okay if I sit next to you, Jeff?
Please do.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to.
No, that's
Didn't
Sperm.
Thank you.
You can tell that didn't hit us
No,
right away
that's
because
okay.
there was a silence after it,
Yeah.
and then we started
You should
laughing.
time that, like by the frame.
Like that's our brains working. That's how long it takes.
How was the Borderlands 3 stream?
Dude,
Is it good?
Borderlands 3 is so fucking
There
good.
was some tinks,
Did
there
you
was
just
some
burp? What the
skags.
hell?
No.
All right, Gab is in love
I
with the
put too
term
much
tink, which sounds offensive.
Yeah.
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 I think there is a word similar to that.
Well, similar to that, but
What's that word?
I don't want to say.
there you go.
I don't
That's the
want to
correct
say
answer.
it.
Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't know what
I don't
the
know
word
what
is.
the
There's I think there's a word similar. I don't know if it's a bad.
There is a
good
Well, don't
word.
say
there
it.
is a slur
I'm
that
putting bad
rhymes
words in
with
my
it.
head.
I'm
There's a
sorry,
slur that
but you
rhymes
were
with it,
saying it.
but-
You were saying it a
that's-
lot, and
yeah,
I was like,
that's
"Ooh,
fine.
I hope
was saying
they weren't.
And
They don't
so,
mess it up."
but like, basically, Tink is in Borderlands.
They're the
There's
babies.
There's midgets, is what like, which I know is
Little
no,
people.
I understand.
Yeah.
You can't
no.
say midgets, you have to say tink.
No, I understand that that's
right.
offensive, but
You're
in
right,
Borderlands,
though.
that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Like in Borderlands, that was the name, and I don't know if that's
And
been
there's-
completely replaced.
I think it must have been with that.
But I
Crap, dude.
swear I've seen Borderlands 3 footage where the name still has midget in it.
That might have been like
Speaking-
old footage. Though.
Speaking of midgets, and that's an inappropriate name, by the way, Jeremy. I'm horrified by you.
That's just what
I
they're
was
calling
explaining
Borderlands.
to my girlfriend the other day the photo that somebody photoshopped of Jeremy on top of Vern pulling the turkey, and I couldn't find that anywhere.
No, they did Vern with the turkey.
Can you guys send that to me? I want to see the picture of Jeremy's face on Vern with the turkey. I desperately want that for my personal collection.
Yeah. Why, Trevor, why are you fisting a pint glass?
Which one is it? I forget every time.
It's
Live
the
his
one that's
life,
with Voodoo
Gavin.
Ranger on
Enough.
it.
What are you doing?
damn.
Matt, you don't like alcohol.
You're right. That's why I try to mix it with stuff.
He's like, I don't like alcohol, but I do like being drunk.
Dude, I was in a
Place?
Oh yeah. Well, so in the airport, there's like the American lounge. What is that called?
Admiral's Club?
The
Admiral's Club. But then there's like that flagship lounge. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
that's
the
like
the
fancy first
the
class.
fancy one.
Better than Admiral's.
I was in there recently, and
Oh, you mean the flagship lounge?
Yeah.
Fuck, you must have been taking an international flight.
I've been on a couple international flights, but like I went in there and I didn't realize they have like a full bar that you just like self-serving.
Where is
full
it?
bar.
Where is
Oh,
this
nice.
magical
It was like a
kingdom?
I was in Dallas going somewhere,
God,
and,
so-
and they were like, we went into the Admirals Club, and they were like, "Oh, you have access to the flagship lounge. There's a couple more gates down." So we went down there and went inside, and it was like a full service. And I was like, "This is dangerous." And it was like 10 a.m. or something, so I got like a croissant with cream cheese and then a whiskey.
Croissant.
Why? Did you really want a whiskey?
Yeah,
then?
because then I'd fall asleep on my flight was my thought. Like I always have alcohol before flights now because it like one drink is plenty. And
One
that
of
was,
the
like,
most
That's not enough.
disappointed faces I've ever seen in my entire life was your girlfriend, Meg.
Yeah.
When we took that trip to Budapest together years ago, the trip we
times.
met Linda, and we filmed the intro to that TV show we never made, and all that. We had, which by the way, I don't know if you remember, Budapest was where we created Minecraft 100.
Yeah,
And we wrote all of the
was that
limericks
long
and all
ago?
that stuff. Yeah, it was at that little bar, that 2-story bar that we sat at the bottom and we drank beer and we wrote everything
I
down.
assume I have video.
You probably
the
do.
moment.
But it was on the way back. There was one of those Admirals Clubs. It was 8 a.m. and there was nobody working it. We were in there by ourselves, and there was a full bar, and I was a drinker. And so I started pouring myself a lot of drinks, and I just remember looking over at Meg, and Meg going,
What time was it?
it was like 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
But at the time, that
you go.
was as you operated.
Yeah.
8 was kind of late. I would say.
He was being
I
lazy.
remember thinking, I remember seeing that look and going like, oh, yeah, I get it.
I get it.
Maybe that's not super normal.
The thing that occurred to me is I went into the club and saw all the alcohol there, and I was like, well, I gotta pour myself a whiskey and Coke. But I have that alcohol sitting there in my house.
Yeah,
and at
and
10
you're not
a.m.
doing-
I don't
you're
go,
never like,
"I go
special
well."
event.
Flagship lounge. It's literally what it was.
True.
What was it?
Here's
On
the
your
difference.
vacation? You were traveling internationally?
Yeah, we were just
with
traveling and it was
Kat
there.
and-
Surprise whiskey is always warranted and wanted.
Yes.
And it was free. You paid for that other whiskey. This free.
That's
oh,
sitting at
this
my
was-
house, not getting drunk.
I was wondering recently because whenever Dan comes, we just accumulate like Jack Daniels.
Like
We
he
just have-
accumulates
Oh,
pounds.
it's
He
Like,
likes Jack
Daniels?
Daniels?
Yeah, so
I get
nice.
it.
I've thought this whole time that he's been buying booze like at a liquor store and just leaving it at my house because he has his own cupboard. We discovered that he's been storing
cupboard?
stuff in one of my
Storing
kitchen
alcohol.
Full
cabinets.
of candles that he drinks out of.
Yeah, and I was like, why do you keep buying Jack Daniels? He's like, I'm not buying it. I'm just taking it from the lounge in Heathrow. I'm like, that's for you to pour your drink. You know what I'm saying? The bottle. You keep putting like Heathrow Lounge bottles in my cupboard. I'm like,
You look
stop
like such a
stealing the alcohol from Heathrow Airport.
We found this
believe
guy
that?
in Texas
Look at
hoarding. That's amazing.
That's not normal.
So wait, he takes it and what? Puts it in his
he
carry-on?
just puts it in his backpack. Like a proper klepto.
like that's a
But
straight
technically, it's not
proper
stealing
klepto.
because it's free anyway. But it is stealing.
Does he think
it's stealing the glass?
Does he go through duty free and he goes, I'll take
I
that
don't think
and
the
I'll
glass
take
is what
this and
they're
I'll take
selling.
that?
He just does it
wrong.
I don't go to all-you-can-eat buffets with a suitcase.
Yeah,
it's free anyway.
But I
the
think,
plate,
I think the way
all
he
of
gets
it.
away with it
That's
is because
shocking.
he's so normally like just taking it as if it's just a normal thing, so no one's suspecting
Yeah, I
him.
assume he takes it with such confidence. He's
And he literally, and no one questions it. Yeah, that's
They're like, sir,
no. Okay,
it's gone.
Does
He's
it
gone.
not have
Alright.
He throws that away.
what's that? Like the
little
thing they
thing,
haven't
the
always
spout?
open, like the little spouts.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
The pourer or whatever.
Good point. I gotta see if they got spouts.
Because that's what they had on when I went in.
Yeah, because a little pouring spout. I don't know.
That's shocking to me. God damn.
That's hilarious.
Dan continues to be Dan. Pure, unadulterated Dan.
Yeah.
If you've got confidence, you can do whatever.
True.
I mean, like at the time of the Admirals Club, I don't have like a card to get.
Are
into
you
those.
already drunk?
No, not yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah,
It's
it'll only
it's
take
so-
a minute.
It's the
in.
start. Yeah,
It's in there.
I don't have
Yeah,
a card to
I
get
told
into those.
Alfredo about this recently, that what you're about to say.
Yeah, like I was going on a trip with Ryan. He went into it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some food. I'll meet you there. I walked right in, but Ryan wanted me to like check in with the person because he'd asked the person not to let me in. Like specifically, I just walked right by him.
Yeah.
Went like all the way through. I was
Matt
like,
just walks into the club.
You look like you belong here at the club.
And
I just-
when I
I
told
like-
Alfredo and I explained
Why
it.
would
When I
Ryan
see
just
Admirals
say,
Club,
like,
I
because
think
because before that I told him like, oh, I won't need you to get in there. It's fine. I was like, yeah, I just walk right by people. It's whatever. As long as you go
When you
through
walk
enough
with
confidence,
confidence,
they
it's
won't
like-
stop you.
That's how we got hired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in and showed up.
Came in.
Who's the guy who's been sat in that chair for 3 months?
when
He's
you
gone.
when you walk with
Don't worry,
confidence, you can get to some very strange places.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I remember this was like a housewarming party back in college. My friend was living downtown in Indianapolis, And we had a decent night out, right? We got drunk and we went out and we went to go find food. I think we were looking for a McDonald's or something like that. And I think the nearest one was within a hospital. Like it was weird, but like the first floor inside had it was almost like a Target that has a Pizza Hut in it or something like that.
That does not seem like something that should be in a hospital.
That or we completely, that or we completely misinterpreted Google Maps and ended up, somehow me and one of my friends ended up in like the closed down kitchen of the hospital with another one of my friends having gone through there already, gone out the back door, which was just a closed in patio, and getting locked out. And he was locked on the patio or like the
Of a hospital
of a hospital like kitchen with the lights off.
Good.
That's pretty much the end of that, because like no one, like we just walked with confidence right in, and then we heard people starting to stir and
So it was like
coming into there.
accidental
But,
trespassing.
oh, we stumbled in, but we
Yeah.
thought we knew what we were doing, and then we got
Yeah, I've-
walked right back out.
There was some convention I was setting up for, I don't know, probably like 2007 days, and I flew ahead of the important people and I set up the convention. That's what I was doing every weekend. And one of the conventions, they wouldn't let me in because I didn't have my exhibitor badge, and they kept telling me to go and pick them up in a place where they wouldn't let me into because I didn't have it. So I was just like back and forth. And in the
Anime
end-
Reactor.
It might have
maybe.
been that one.
Because that happened to me there too.
It might have been that one. Anyway, in the end, I was just like, well, I can't really do anything other than just go back to the hotel and wait. But then everyone's going to get here and nothing will be set up. So I just walked around the convention center. It took me like 15 minutes too, because it's just such a massive building. Walked through some gates, saw the unloading dock, just like climbed up into the unloading dock and went in and set up the booth and walked out. No one stopped me. I walked past like 15 people. No one
Real
no one
life
did anything.
hitman.
Yeah, mental.
I mean, that in conventions, like I haven't bought a lot of badges for conventions, but I'll just walk right in.
I've done it in PAX a couple of times.
I feel bad about it,
Was
but I'm
it
like, I
Adam-
just walk in.
Y'all weren't at Comic-Con. You were at Comic-Con. Was that Adam?
He was.
Oh yeah, you were.
We
too.
did
Adam-
a Ready Set Show there.
You guys
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
you weren't at the panel when Adam Kovic told that story.
No.
About how he used to get into Comic-Con.
No, I
for
think
free.
our recording session was at the same time.
His grandpa owned a boat, and they would go spend summers on the boat, and the boat was docked just right there at the bay behind. And they would just walk in through the loading docks, and if anybody said anything to them, they'd say, "Oh, we live on the boat back there," and they'd go, "Oh, okay, come on in," as if that was like free entrance to Comic-Con. Like we're boat people. And they're like,
Boat
he would say it with such utmost confidence. He'd be like, "Oh yeah,
we're
we
fishermen.
live on the boat," and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, well please come on in."
Now I want to do a series where we just
Go.
Break into
take
places.
confidence and
Yeah.
do a thing. So Matt goes out, does something confidently, and then he passes
Right.
on the torch
Area
to Jeremy.
51, yeah.
And then we
Yeah,
cycle
I'll
up.
get it easy.
I want to see
They'll be like, "Oh, good to see you again."
That show ends up with all of us getting arrested.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
the final
It'll
person.
be funny.
So the best
Our
into a
records
fail.
will not agree.
the best example of that I've ever seen in context of this company, and this is an old story, so some people have been around for a while might have heard it. Gavin
is this-
probably has
is this
heard it.
Dan?
Some of you guys probably haven't.
The other dad.
At Dan Godwin, who plays Donut in Red vs. Blue, that's a show we made a long time ago.
Oh, really? Crazy.
Yeah, he was the pink one, light as shred, and super spy liquid,
To provide context.
Yeah.
so
It's all mine.
It comes out of the flower.
So he at the company we worked at, Telenetwork, the tech company, he just showed up one day and knocked on the front door, and we opened the front door, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm here for training." And we're like, "Oh, okay, come on in. We're about to start training." And then at some point, somebody was like, do you have your paperwork?" And he's like, "No, they didn't give me any paperwork." And we're like, "Okay. Well, who hired you?" And he's like, I don't remember his name. I don't see him here." And we're like, "Okay, well, we'll just fill out the paperwork now. Fill this out." And then he worked there for 6 months before he admitted to me, he was like, "Yeah, I never got hired. I just showed up and said I was here for training, and y'all just let me in and let me fill out paperwork."
I want to go to Disney World and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the Disney family. I'm Bob.
I am
Bob Disney. I'm Bill Disney. Yeah, my family owns the joint. I'm just gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and take the fast pass and scoot on by.
The
Thank you.
story I've been telling people lately that this just brought up, that I've told all you guys, but I haven't said it on a podcast yet, is I found myself almost crying laughing at a tweet the other day in
That is
bed.
not funny.
That is not funny. It's not a funny tweet. It was from like ESPN or something, and they were like, "Hey, the founder of ESPN, like throughout the first pitch at a baseball game, his name's like Bill like Ossengossin or some like long name or whatever," and they were like, you know, "Hey, the founder, Bill, whoever, like threw out like this first pitch, and here's the video of it and everything like that." And I was just laughing because in the tweet, they didn't put his name, they put his Twitter handle, which is Bill_ESPN. So it just said ESPN founder, Bill ESPN, throughout the first bit. And I just started laughing. It was just a shitty achievement hunter joke.
Right,
That's all
right.
it was.
That's
And I was
super on brand.
I was just in bed laughing in the tweet at like 1 a.m. It was just like, oh, it really got me when I read that. It's like, Bill ESPN. Oh, I made this company. That's what we're like, oh, you know,
I made this company.
Got it up from nothing.
it's like, oh, I bought a sandwich. Frank Jersey Mike's will love me. You know what I mean? Like, just when we do shit like that.
Entertainment
Sports
shirt
Network?
Jeremy's wearing released yet? I don't think so.
No.
On the 17th.
Like you can see the old wife beater underneath.
Yeah, the old beater of wives. Well,
God.
so that's the thing. I can't. Whenever I wear shirts that aren't black, I have to not wear a shirt underneath it. Even though this one's white, if I wear the black ones, it's like
I don't
Why do you
get how you
why
do
do you
it.
layer up in the summer?
Yeah.
because I've gone over this before. It's because I sweat, you know, when it gets really warm.
human.
But most of it I sweat on my back quite a bit. So like if I'm just wearing a t-shirt, then sometimes you'll see that back sweat stain, and I hate that. But if I wear a shirt underneath it, it catches all of it, and then that doesn't happen. That doesn't come
Really?
up.
It doesn't like
Yeah.
soak through?
No.
It's like a bounty
No,
paper
because it's
towel?
not enough to soak through. It's not like I'm
What if-
drenched. It's
Sure.
just like I'm a little moist.
What if we made you a shirt with padding that
No.
could like
Oh,
soak
like
it
pit
up?
pads.
Yeah.
Like diapers
As long
for
as they
your
look like
armpits.
muscles.
Or pit buckets.
Probably not.
Well, I don't sweat from my pits that much.
2 buckets.
Yeah, the shirt
milk
wouldn't block it if you did.
It's I honestly, my back is worse than like pits or anything like that.
What
know,
is
I'll get you a
female jizz made out of?
What?
Urine.
It's mostly urine.
Yeah, you were upset about that at one point.
Urine.
Upset about it.
He was. I remember him being like, "Who said it wasn't?"
Because you were like, you should
something.
smear cum on your face, male cum, and I was like, oh, that's a good point. But then I was
Because
like,
I think, well,
what's so
I
bad
think
about woman
that-
cum?
Well, it's not. It's no one said it was bad. I don't know
But-
why
but
you
that was
have to
her
say
fact.
that.
From that, though.
Centered on the male.
It was just that the male,
I'm with you. I learned that in Nip Tuck.
There was
Yeah,
a
of course.
Yeah.
That's where you
the
learn
whole
it.
thing, like,
yeah.
That's where I learned everything. Nip Tuck.
female ejaculate, right? Like it's like they said it's
When you
mostly
squirt,
urine,
Right? Yeah.
It's
right.
So I've read a lot about this.
Yeah,
It's
Jeff,
there
are
are
you a
traces of urine in it, but it's not solely urine.
It's
It's other
real-
stuff.
but it
too.
is a portion
Yeah.
urine.
It is a portion
it's
urine.
weird. There's something there.
But it's a whole witch's
There's a
brew.
gland.
fluid.
There's like a gland tucked away somewhere
Yeah,
that women
it's-
have that we haven't found yet.
It's there
the
though.
Well, maybe you haven't found it.
the female prostate.
Also, I haven't found it.
Well, no,
Also,
my favorite
none of us
reaction to
find it
that
in
was Bruce. It was like a Funhouse video, and they were talking about that. And they
Sure,
were like,
of
"Yeah, I
course.
think it's mostly urine." And Bruce goes, "I'm getting pissed on."
Yikes.
It's just like he does this angry yell. It's like so perfect.
I've been kind of learning the way Gavin starts random conversations, and I just randomly I asked him. I was like, "Hey, Gavin, have you ever sucked a cock?"
Fiona, I don't know if it's like I'm
Right.
zoning out or something, but Fiona will make me snap to attention to the shit that she just randomly comes out with. We all just sat around the other day, just like,
Throwing balls on nuts.
yeah, not making any content, just sort of like talking and chucking
Oh, it was when we were
bouncy balls
chucking.
into each other's
It was
hands.
me, you, Michael, and Fiona.
Yeah,
right?
let's like lull in the conversation.
That's right.
Fiona's like, "Hey, Gavin, you ever sucked a dick?" Oh, sorry, it was a cock.
Cock.
Sucked a cock.
Cock is worse than
I
dick.
know. That's why I had to say cock,
It is.
not
It
dick.
really is.
And what made you
I
randomly
don't
ask
know.
me that?
I was actually curious. I was genuinely curious.
Do you ever think it's weird? And feel free to answer the question, by the way. Gavin. Do you ever think it's weird that the cock sucking question?
The cock, yes.
How much we hit each other in the dick off camera? Like that's probably 30 minutes of hitting each other in the dick.
That
without
was
Hit each
the
other in the
kinda
dick a lot.
Dude, we sat around.
we
that
made
was
sure,
kind of
like,
stupid.
3 or 4 days ago, we sat around in a circle just lobbing
we're talking
bouncy
about. Yeah, that's what
balls.
we're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
That was
I
that
blacked
was
out
that.
from the pain.
With
that
no
I received
idea
from
that there would ever be a video out of that.
No.
Nobody even attempted to
It was
record
just
it.
for us.
Yeah.
I think at some point I took a picture of you and him just cracking up on the couch because it was just one of those genuine moments that we have when we're just sitting
It was
around.
one of those moments you laugh because you realized what you were
Yeah,
doing.
because of how dumb it is. you know?
It's because everyone will be on. They get hit in the dick with because we were just like lobbing them. They're really like coming in soft,
Yeah.
but you'd get hit and be like, "Oh," and then you just keep talking, and eventually you just let your guard down, and you get another one going, and like, no, just like interrupt the conversation.
That happened during Flinchless Annie Do, or
Annie Catch You Do?
yeah, what Annie Catch You Do.
Catch You Do.
Well, because there's a moment where you go,
It's
Gav,
before
let's
you
just
start.
practice.
It's
Fiona, let me show you. It's when you're sat. Comme ça. It's when you're sat
Comme
like
ça,
this.
okay.
Yeah, and you gotta catch the
That's
moonball like
insane
that.
you're doing that right now on
Yeah,
the stool.
and like we had to throw it off
He's
the
flexible.
wall.
Yeah.
I'm flexible. I
You
can
have
get
to,
him
throw
up
it off the
there.
wall
You know
to
what I mean?
catch
Can we
it.
get a clip of
He has
Flinchless Amy Do?
a
get that up?
particular proclivity, a thing that he really likes to do. I'll explain it to you later.
Jeff, I have a particular set of
that
skills.
requires him
The
to be
bending.
very flexible. Yeah, he gets upset if you talk about it, so I'm not going to bring it up. But
That
were
might be
doing
one
that.
of the few jokes where we've discussed it and be like, I don't like that joke, and then we're just
just
like,
went on
we
so
could
long.
we could just not do the joke, and then I think we actually stopped doing it.
yeah,
And I appreciate that. And that's
No, it makes sense. I wouldn't want to be associated with it.
you made it.
I came up with it.
Why do you have sparkles on your arm, by the way?
Okay, so what happened is I had a sneaky bath, right? But there was bath bomb residue
On the walls?
On the side. Sneaky bath.
He sneaked a bath.
Can't have a
Yeah.
sneaky
You can't
bath.
sneak a bath in. You got to take your time and slip right
Gotta
in
use your
there.
tub step for that. You don't really
Tub
knock off
step.
the glitter.
That's a throwback to
step.
like an hour
but
ago.
you know, to answer your question,
Where's
never put a penis in
Yeah,
my
you
mouth.
haven't.
There you go.
Which I was like, okay.
Disappointed.
Not
yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
You haven't
do I-
second
you
take. I'm not
You now want to know
interested.
nothing about his
No, I'm
life.
like,
You're like,
whatever.
Do I just give off a bi vibe?
You see, listen, I want to know a lot of things from all of you
Sounds
guys.
good.
Like a lot of the times I think about it, I'm like, how were they in their dating age? Like, how were
Yeah.
they? Were they?
I just
were
didn't
you?
have a dating
Was
age.
there like a? What do you mean? Oh, you were just with Kat the
Yeah,
entire.
I just
Yeah.
bypassed
He-
the
he
whole
did.
process.
How does that feel?
Huh?
Sort of like.
That's annoying.
Okay.
Like I
Do you
missed the
ever-
whole thing.
Oh.
You know?
Time.
I've thought about it. There ain't time.
what's the most action you've ever gotten from another dude?
It's gotta be you.
Your
Yeah,
dick hit me in
probably.
the forehead.
I heard about
Set
that.
yourself up for that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I
What
forgot
else?
to be fair,
I've,
he kind of caused it.
I mean, there was that time during Tommy Boy when you tried to fuck me.
We've talked about this. That what?
And here's the thing. You guys said this, and I was like, I need to know more, and it just was dead silent.
Well, I mean,
was
here's
like,
what can
all
happen, right? You have two parts
not
now.
gonna
You can
push
have
it.
the Jeff version, or you can have the reality-based version that
I don't
would
know
tell.
You
what
could have
two
both right
versions
now.
could happen with the fact that you were just trying to fuck Jeff. I don't know
He
what.
got really drunk and honest, and I was flattered, and it was really sweet.
Aw.
And then what's the Gav version?
But I just don't want to ruin our friendship.
My version,
Yeah.
very simple, easy, sort of very quick joke. Never thought about it again. We were in a very loud room. We were basically watching Tommy Boy at a party, right? There was
Loud
so
movie.
many. There was so many
Yeah.
people
He's
around.
already telling it wrong.
There was so many people like behind us talking, chatting. Suddenly, I don't know. Everyone went outside to have a cigarette or something. Everyone left the house.
They went to the other house.
Yeah. At the same time, suddenly it was just silent. It was us on the couch watching Tommy Boy. So I just lean over and be like, "So we should probably bang now, right?" As in, like, we're alone.
Uh-huh.
Jeff, I think, got very nervous and thought that I actually wanted some. of
There
that.
was, I've known Gavin for most of his life. I've known him since he was 14. And what are you, like 31?
Yeah.
So I've known him for that long.
That's-
that amount of
That's over-
years.
that's
more than
over
half
half
of his
his life.
more than half of his
Put him
life.
out of his misery.
And I'd like to think I know Gavin better than just about anybody in his life. Maybe not as much as his live-in girlfriend.
I would agree that you do.
Thank
Living girlfriend.
you. And I said live-in girlfriend.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Living.
Not the dead one.
so
She's definitely real.
Yeah, not the one in the
totally
ground.
alive.
trust me when I say that I know when Gavin Free is being honest.
So you really.
But I
thought-
know when he's late. There was a build up to it. There was a
Yeah.
little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
He was
Like, I need
he
to
was
take
real
my shot.
cuddly with me beforehand.
Tongue
Yeah.
came out.
It was like it was. I could see him working up to say something.
Yeah.
It wasn't an off the cuff joke.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet. And I don't want to let him down. I don't want to fuck up our friendship. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Listen.
I feel like I believe Jeff.
Yeah,
No, come on.
Listen,
you
there's,
believe that?
there's
mean,
two
but this
sides
is
to
a
every
sweet
story,
story.
right? There's
Love
two
is
sides.
complicated.
There's Gavin's take, and then there's the truth. And so
And then that's-
it's fine, and it's fine.
Hey,
Okay,
listen,
it's
no
fine.
One, no one's
We're
judging
here.
you. We're here. We're talking. We're chatting.
So
getting it all out.
he's serious when he says
Oh,
things
here we
like
go.
that?
Here's Catchy Annie.
He- I don't know if he always is, but sometimes.
Oh,
Okay,
here's
okay.
Catchy Annie, dude.
I'm gonna have to think about that. Wait,
Oh, look at Gav,
Matt, while
ready
you
to
think
go.
about that, here's Catchy Annie.
Here he comes. He's
You know
like,
what Gavin's thinking about in that moment? He's thinking about fucking me.
well, so we all started loud.
Right at the nut.
I have I have seen your package move in your shorts more than any human.
Yeah.
I gotta get shorts with a baggier crotch.
Yeah, your shorts
I'm
really hold
always
your crotch.
mushed.
They're gonna get it closer in.
It's so unpleasant.
That didn't even look like you were
Anyway,
going for it.
it's not great.
Also,
it's not
it's-
great radio, but if you
Yeah,
want to check it out, it's on our channel. You
Also,
can go
that
watch
video
the
was
whole thing.
pre me losing any weight, so I'm just like a ball of human with legs coming out of it trying to catch
And you were
up.
chomping too.
You were really
clapping your legs.
yeah. You were
Well, 'cause
clapping
I'm
those
flexible,
legs.
so I can really like
Yeah.
get
You're a
the
gymnast.
legs up there.
Yeah.
Our waterboarding video came out.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
glad I wasn't there for
surprised-
that.
No
Yeah.
hydration video.
Hydration.
Power drinking or whatever the fuck.
We were throwing that term around like we were. It was not. At no point was any of that actual waterboarding.
It was
No.
we were
Nobody
being
was held
facetious.
down.
Well, but at no point
we were
did
at the
anyone
right
catch that
angle.
with
There was
their
no.
anus.
There's a
I looked up
towel.
waterboard. What we were doing was as potentially
to.
as bad as waterboarding in some.
There was no towel.
But yeah, it was not actually
Much more
waterboarding.
water.
Of course, you
And no
exaggerate.
secrets were revealed. Everybody kept their mouths shut.
Yeah.
Except for when the water was going in them.
And then when everyone went back inside except you and me, and I suggested that we should hang out.
We should bang out.
Bang out. I was at a photo shoot, and then Hector was there, and he's like, "Hey, were you a part of this waterboarding thing?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what the
travel
fuck you're
fast.
talking about."
Yeah.
What did
I
you
was
say to me?
I was like, I have no idea, and why would you even think I would do that?
Would you have done it?
He's just like,
what?
You would have if you'd been there.
I would have not done that. I
Yeah,
was-
it's a
bullshit.
weird
Part
thing.
two.
Are you
Bullshit.
insane?
We still have water.
When
I'm
people are
not doing
waterboarding
that.
each other, you
Thank
just
God.
it's peer
Matt,
pressure.
no,
You gotta jump in.
there's
You want
no
to fit
peer
in.
pressure.
Part two
There's-
with Jeremy, Fiona, and
No,
Matt.
there's no peer pressure. I'm not doing it. Look at that. You could kill. He could drown.
No, he can
Yeah,
lean
drown.
up.
So wait, what was the goal?
he's not underwater.
like-
he
there
can't
was a
drown.
It wasn't really.
Oh,
I don't
why
think-
is there a timer?
There's a timer.
I don't understand what the goal was.
Look at this poor man. He could drown.
The whole time Gavin's
Insane.
going, he's like, pour it straight, Ryan. And
I
it's going
only-
right down
I
his
That's my
only-
neck.
revenge.
I only got up because it went in my ear hole.
What tubes were going out of the building?
Oh, that was AC ducts for
Oh,
production
gotcha.
happening
I
in
think
the other
Fiona
room
needs to
building.
run the gauntlet. You got to do floor lava.
No.
Chicky,
You got
I'll
to
do
do
the
has
lava
lava chicken.
Lava
Lava
chicken.
chicken.
I'll do the,
Anus
I'll do
ball.
the-
Anus
I
do.
don't want to do anus ball.
Okay.
I'm just telling you right now what I'm not doing.
Have
and
a little bit of
Anus
hydration.
balls doesn't
Anus
sound
ball,
great.
that's a different
You're
game.
not wrong.
Anus Ball is a totally different
You don't-
game that we don't have to play on
No.
camera.
You're
I
talking
don't
about
want
Final
to do
Fantasy
anus
dude.
ball.
Jeff and
please.
Gavin play that at home
Anus
alone.
ball.
Well, we're not alone if we're together.
It's true.
You are alone when everyone leaves. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely not doing the waterboarding though. Like that's like a fear of
You know
mine
what? Let's
drowning.
throw it to the
You're
audience.
scared of drowning?
Oh, absolutely.
Can she?
100%.
Can she even do
Weird.
lava chicken?
Everyone's scared of drowning. Everyone.
But then why would
Yeah.
you do that?
No.
That's a full. That's
You
a
can't
full-
drown from the top
Gavin,
of.
Yes, you.
don't speak.
Yes,
don't
you
speak
can.
for me. First of all, I'm not afraid of drowning. That'd be great. I'll be super
Why
hyped.
would that be great?
Matt often
be
welcomes
super
death.
Yeah.
I've seen it very much.
Matt still has
Because
that,
what does Matt have to lose?
Matt still has that,
Matt's
like,
just jamming forks into his outlets like.
he's an immortal.
By the way, one of the funniest things I've seen in 2019 is Matt Bragg floating in a fucking pink
Dude, that
donut.
Polaroid.
Floating in a big
good.
inflatable pink donut in the pool. He was in his element.
Achieve on our Instagram if you want to pull
I know
up
what I'm about.
broadcast.
Yeah.
We had a great pool party.
We
That was a
We
fun
had a
pool
great
party.
pool party. That was
Nice.
awesome.
I hit Gav's face on something I didn't realize I did.
Well, yeah, Jeremy. You know, as Jeremy's alcohol level increases, his focus, as with Michael, hones in on
Very
me.
fighty on
very
Gavin.
Minding my own business, usually. Lifted me up out of the pool and did some sort of what's that wrestling move? You just
Pile
drop me
driver?
back. Yeah.
Like a suplex
So
kind of.
you're going backwards. I'm like up in the air going forwards. And I just like shot up in the air. I looked down and I was like, oh, there's that little floating chlorinator thing.
Well, Jeff has like a robot. Jeff, like,
smashed right into the middle of my
there's like a robot in the
smashed you
pool
into
that's
poison.
constantly driving around that I kept getting tangled up in.
Yeah.
Because it would like circle me. And so, yeah, I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah, I floated back to the surface.
There
My
you
glasses
go.
are
There's,
bent.
there's Donut Matt.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, there.
That was a really sweet day.
It was.
You know, we filmed one video that day. We didn't intend to make any content, and I don't know that we should release it or just keep it for ourselves.
For us, I think it's fun.
But we found out Sarah
Good
has a
job.
huge mouth.
Yeah.
She could eat a cookie
I don't know if we
this
found that
size,
out that day, but
like
we knew it.
face size.
I did not
Yeah.
think
3 bites.
the cookie was. It was the size of Matt Bragg's lunch, so it was like it was. Big.
It's big, yeah.
It was a Matt Bragg lunch
It was a
cookie.
big cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, I owe her money.
She did it all for the cookie.
Yeah, you did.
You
I know Sarah
literally owe her
20 bucks.
20
Yeah.
The
bucks.
cookie.
Do I owe money?
No, so the thing is, here's how that whole thing started. I saw the giant cookies, and then I wanted to bet Kat that she couldn't eat it in 3 bites, but then I remembered that Kat and I have the same money.
Right.
So I couldn't really offer her that much. So then
You couldn't just to see if she'd take it, because then you lose nothing.
Right. There's Matt.
It's very zoomed in, but let that stay as the background for the podcast.
Matt, your shoulders are white.
Well,
I
that's the
have those
1940s,
Polaroids. Should I save them
technology.
and like we can donate them to Child's Play or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Extra Life, I
Matt's
guess.
a Child's Play? What?
That's weird.
That's weird.
Or Extra Life or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
child's
Then
play.
I bet you $20
Hurtful.
that you couldn't eat it in 3 bites, and then
Well, no, originally you said 5.
oh, it was 5
So I
at
was like,
first,
I think I can do it. Then people were like outbidding me to do it for less.
and then
bites.
Sarah bet 3.
She was the first one to outbid. Skipped 4.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
one-
she
no
was
one
betting
bet
against
before.
herself.
I can do it against. I
She
can
has
do it
4.
in 3.
No, 3.
3.
Like,
Like what? And I said, fine, $20 if you do it in 3.
The best part about it too, she did it first of all. I have it on my phone. She dropped an appreciable amount of the cookie in the pool, and she scooped it up and put it in her mouth,
she
and
scooped
ate it like
it
a
in,
fucking
yeah.
chlorinated champ.
Yeah.
And Gavin Free almost died.
Yeah,
He was not
it
across
was
the.
very
He was
gross.
across the backyard.
I
in 1
love,
second.
and I love in the video too. Gab sees it and he turns and he runs, and then you just see me chasing it.
Yeah. Well, and also, because everyone was like in a big semicircle, I couldn't get out. I had to swim through it to get away from it. So I was like,
No, I'm
Did
just
you
chasing.
think
Gavin.
like, oh man, I'm just in the cookie water now.
I
What
think
am
the video
doing?
ends with you trying to say something, and I just throw you into the pool. I was just chasing.
I got
Gab.
shocked a lot that day.
Well, because you're even lighter in the water, so I
Yeah.
can just chuck you.
you would become a
Yeah,
stick
you're
every time he picked you up to suplex. You'd go, oh, I'm going down.
Yeah.
And like you would fold.
I'd be mid
face
conversation.
plant.
I'd be like, I'll be right with you again.
Yeah.
I feel like that moment. That was like the last day of summer. It's kind of what
Yeah.
it felt like.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It's fun.
That was a good one. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Stitch Fix. Let's talk about your style. How do you describe your look in 1 word? Listen, I describe mine t-shirt and jeans, all right? That's not 1 word, but that's what I wear. Do you describe it as casual, sophisticated, classic, adventurous? Whatever you like, Stitch Fix can help you find your next favorite piece with the help of your own personal stylist. Sounds like a big deal, right? But it isn't. I like the quality of clothes you get, and it's kind of nice to have a stylist pick out something for me, you know, because your look, you don't really know it right away. You got to experiment with a couple different things before you know exactly what works for you. So I get stuff I may not have tried before because I'm so used to this style, and it actually looks good on me. People have told me I dress up nicely. I get told that all the time. Personal style is like a fingerprint. Everyone has their own. Whatever your style, the expert stylists at Stitch Fix are ready to help you express yourself. With Stitch Fix, your personal stylist will send you clothes that make you look your best. Stitch Fix is an online personal stylist service that delivers clothing, shoes, and accessories directly to you. To get started, go to stitchfix.com/offtopic. Answer the questions about your preferred style, and your personal shopper will ship you a box of clothes, shoes, and accessories. There's no commitment required, and you only pay for what you keep. Plus, the $20 styling fee is automatically applied toward anything you keep from your box. So that's not an extra $20 that you're just paying. It goes toward whatever clothes you decide to pick. Get started today at stitchfix.com/offtopic, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all the items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/offtopic for 25% off. stitchfix.com/offtopic. Update your style, find out what works for you, and, find a new clothing set. Look your best. It's important. Thank you.
Oh, they got rid of little Matt. I guess that's the last.
That was
day
the
of
end of
summer.
my Jeremiah
My
Red.
favorite thing of that was
Here.
like we all
Yeah.
looked at that picture and we're like, "That's a really good picture, really good." And you're just like, "It looks like everyone left your birthday party." All right,
Yeah, it's like no one came to
that's
your
a way
birthday
to put that. Thank you.
There was that, what's that game, the Jackbox game where you have to, like, pitch things?
The shark game? Is
What's
it the
that?
t-shirt
Pitch Perfect.
game? Is it the t-shirt game?
It's not, it's something
No.
like
Was it that or was it
That's
another?
You don't know the game we're talking about.
Son of a
You know,
bitch.
Yeah.
pitch your idea and draw it on a
We've
napkin.
done it a
or something
couple
like that.
times.
Matt drew a great thing once where it was like, the problem was only your dad shows up to your parties, and I think your solution was a bag of Coke.
Yeah.
like to bring a bag of Coke and then people would show up. But the drawing was Matt holding a bag of Coke and then like a guy with a mustache coming into the party. And then Gavin's like, but Matt, just your dad showed up again. It's like clearly just the dad showed up to the party. I'm like, all right, just gonna back up. I watched one of those
think about
again. I watched the episode where everyone spelled stuff wrong again, which was like no one could spell hummus and like
Peen tut
Matt
butter.
doesn't know what hummus is. And he wrote peen tut butter and like humness. One person like Lindsay wrote humness. Someone else wrote hummus. Ryan wrote hummus right and then wrote it again with an A.
I thought Jeff and Ryan or Jeff and Jack had the same exact typo to make their
No,
product. But
Jeff,
it was the
Jeff
same product.
Jeff went to write flip the switch, but he wrote flitch the switch.
God.
And like we kept reading them, and I just going, "What is wrong with everyone?"
Yeah, I
must have
was in that. I
gassing.
watched it. It was very
Patently
funny.
stupid. Thank you, chat.
Patently stupid. Yeah, what a great game. And then that new Jackbox game is so funny. And then
We are going to get another one. Another of the new Jackbox collection.
Be Trivia Murder Party 2. I would love
I
that.
don't think it is. It's another one that hasn't been released on YouTube yet.
That's part of that pack though. Is Trivia Murder Party 2.
Smosh Games had access to that one, or another team had access to.
Smosh Games?
Yeah, Trivia Murder
They're owned by
Party 2.
Mythical Entertainment now.
Dude, they are.
Trivia Murder Party is fucking awesome.
It's so fun.
Yeah, so the second one I can't wait for because the first one's so great. I still play it and get questions I've never had before, despite how many times I played that game. Except now I'm like, they do that last run in Trivia Murder Party where it's like everyone's trying to catch the person in first and not be a ghost. And those things, like, I should just research certain things so I can always be good at that game. Like, what's that Thug and Bones Harmony or whatever it's called? Like, some
Bone Thugs and Harmony?
That's it. There's that, and they're like, "Who are the members of this?" And then it's like Ankle Bone and like Bone Man or whatever their names are.
And then
They all
Bob.
have Bone in there somewhere.
We're all
And then
bone
just
man.
like
And
Joe.
Boner.
Yeah.
Bob Boner.
Like they have all their names, and it's like, who are these? Who are American Girl dolls? Is one that I never know. Like
I
so you have to
knew
name
that.
those.
no, I
Like
don't.
movies, like Ernest goes
like
to
two.
wherever. Like
Ernest went a lot of places.
he went a lot of places. Those you have to like pick out.
Most recently went to heaven.
Yeah. So you gotta pick
Didn't
out
they
all
have
those.
one that was like maybe not the Care Bears, but the little horse versions? Oh, the ponies?
My Little Ponies?
Yeah.
That might have been.
It was like, which one's not a Care Bear or which one's not a My Little Pony? And you're like, I don't know, Love or Rainbow. and-
Love.
and
Someone.
That was
Skittles.
something
Like-
interesting that I learned about
Skittles
Michael.
would not be a
that
pony.
he-
He's a brony.
Brony.
That
You
he
know
was
that?
a brony.
Who,
and
Michael?
still,
Well, that's why his screen name, his gamer tag used to be MLP Michael.
that's
Yep.
pretty funny.
I'm glad he packed that shit in. I learned way too
He
much.
packed
about
Except when he
really
changed
quick.
it, you were like, M. Jones? Like, what? You like went
No
at
one
him.
calls you Majones.
Majones. The lady. Majones.
Yeah, you were like, you said, but that's not actually your name. And he was like, your name is Gavino Free.
No, I like to
Gavin
stand up.
Orgasm Free. What's your
Why?
middle initial?
The O.
Oh, I know what it is.
Of course.
Well, it's not an O.
Well, I don't know.
Why
if
not?
If it's
Maybe
public
so.
or not. I don't want to
Yeah.
spout it.
I knew your
It's
middle
not
name. I
public.
don't remember it.
Begins with a D.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's not a secret.
No.
It's not? David?
What's your middle name? I don't even know your last name. I don't even know why I'm asking middle.
We're all with our like king size candy bar. She's over here with her lollipop.
Her lollipop,
Yeah.
she's got it.
This
Best
is her
Halloween
super
ever for
Halloween
Fiona.
candy.
That was like I think that was the episode that really brought my rage out.
Yeah.
I was really angry.
That's when you
I
know you're
haven't
part of
really-
Achievement
I
Hunter.
really
Yeah.
did scream like that was
Nothing can upset you more than when you're
was
playing a
fully-
lying game and everyone's really piling on that you're lying.
But
and
it
you're
was
telling the
Michael especially, and
Michael
and
does
after
that.
I
Michael-
was
You mean
like,
Michael got under your skin?
I
Michael?
truth. Michael will
was
get
like,
an idea in his head in those games of who's guilty and who's innocent, and he will just.
I wanted to,
Admittedly-
like, I
No one
really
can hear
wanted to
anything
hit
else.
him.
You just have to listen to it.
I had a thought that you could be innocent, but then I went right back to, nah, she said lollipop.
She said lollipop.
There is
There's no way. I mean, you
fucking
really
way.
didn't do yourself any favors. So.
Fiona, what is the most annoyed you've been in an Achievement Hunter video? Was it
It might
when
have-
we ran you over in
Yeah.
GTA 4?
Yeah, I think so. that also I was angry, but I didn't really show it. I was just like, I'm leaving the room.
Like, I want to quit the game.
Because
The silent anger is always worse than the
it
loud
was
anger.
like I couldn't like express how angry I was because I just kept on getting run over. I couldn't
Yeah, it was
walk
when,
anymore.
It is hard for someone getting run over to express much.
Fiona gets out of the car on foot, and she's on a team with me and Jack. Jack runs her over, and she like just gets up, and then I clip her as well. And she's like, I want to quit the game.
It's like that. It's
That
like
was,
that.
I think, the first moment was like, I really like making videos with Fiona.
It's like that Far Cry 3 video when Jack got run over by the Jeep that then backed up and ran him over again. Nobody
So
else.
funny. One of my favorite Fiona moments was, I think it was a Minecraft or something, and we started doing our French voices for some reason, and we're like, we'll just speak French right now, and then we started all going like, what are you gonna do? Like everyone like, and they animated it too, so it's like
they did?
it's like our screens have a beret on. And they're like in front of the Eiffel Tower, and they're going like, like stuff like that, and we keep doing that. And Jack's like, "So Fiona, are we close? Like, are we?" And Fiona goes, "Yo, it's crazy how fast I'll leave this room." Right now. I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That's pretty insane."
That was
that.
just so ridiculous for just 30 seconds.
We should do a month where we go back and just do GTA 4 game types.
Are you sure?
There aren't that
Are
many.
you sure?
Are you sure about
We'll
that?
hit the
That's-
highlights,
that's
and then we'll go,
enough for a
that's
month.
why
Well,
we
you got
moved
cops
on.
and crooks. You got cops
We
and
just
crooks.
did.
You got cops and crooks, you got
Cops
witness
and crooks.
protection, you got hangman's noose. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a month. That's 3 weeks. That's a month.
We could do an
That's
airport.
almost a month.
We could hang out at
American
the
month.
airport in GTA 4.
Yeah, fuck around the
Yeah.
airport. And
You know what does work in
That was the
GTA
first
4
video, right?
that doesn't work in 5 is pinging off of helicopter propellers.
Yeah.
Blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Blender.
blenders.
How many pings can we get?
Dude. Why don't we blend to a blend? Like, like a
blend in a
pinball.
circle.
Try.
I feel like we've done that before, but we could try it
If we
again.
can return back to the original ping, then like,
Oh, like perpetual motion pinging.
yeah.
I bet you could jump
Before
off
you
something and be
respawn.
like, bing, boop, boop.
I still
Like
wanna
John.
play,
Oh, hello.
I still want to play King Kong with you guys in GTA. I made like a game type in 5, but it doesn't work the same way because you're right. You can't like rotate people off of a.
You were hiding behind the bottle.
I mean, it's already
Nick
been
didn't
on
like
for like
it.
an hour.
I was just, I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
even
been there
notice
for
he was
so
there. I saw
long,
an
yeah.
arm around me. Well, I'm glad you did something about it.
He wanted to highlight
Sorry,
the
man.
milk jizz.
Sorry. I don't know.
For the top camera when it ends. There.
Yeah.
Gurgle, gurgle.
It's
But yeah, I
pictures.
wanted to get you guys on top of the air traffic control tower on in GTA 4, and then try and knock you off with
That was my
helicopters.
foot. Yeah,
It's fun. It's a fun thing. Play with my friends all the time.
We should also revisit
I hate
Stunt
looking
Mugger,
at that.
right?
It's been
Oh yeah, that
Find
was
some more
fun.
places to like have people. Get
Oh,
loans.
yeah.
what do we call it?
I don't know what we ultimately call
Mugger
it.
trick shots?
Mugger
Oh,
trick
okay.
shots, yeah.
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 Trick shots is coming up a lot lately.
Trick shot. Yeah, Moo Ball trick shots is the
Yeah.
whole thing we're working on.
I think
Coming out soon.
the most fun I've had in GTA recently was just that one when we were trying to steal cars and fill up the garage.
bingo or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Tic-tac-toe
Yeah,
or-
Stealing
people
Jack's-
love that one too.
They did. They
Oh
had a
my god,
valid,
the thing with Jack Spike was so funny.
They had a valid point. That's not bingo.
No, it's not bingo. I don't know why people call. I never called it bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo, you have to get a line or something.
Jack and Ryan are the ones that came up with it and they called it bingo.
It's not bingo.
I like any shopping list related video.
Oh,
I did
they're
too.
the most
Collectibles.
fun. We did the one in the Matt's Maps thing that was like fill up the
blocks.
chest with blocks. That was
Yeah.
fun as fuck.
Dude, we had, speaking of collectibles, those fucking GTA action figure collectibles, that was awesome too. We did 2 Let's Plays of that.
We basically made like 3 hours of guides, and as a let's play, it was great. It was
Yeah,
just like
fucking- we still have 60 to go.
I flew around getting a bunch of those. I got like 80 of
You
them.
picked them up
Yeah.
much quicker than we did.
Well, you guys were not flying.
Us as a group, though,
we
like
also brought
flying's
in
illegal.
we brought in Lindsay to be our driver.
Oh, that's
and
a
at no
super
point
time
did
sink
she
right
ever
there.
speed anything up.
she was supposed.
We had
she was
several
supposed to
times we were
be-
telling her to get a bus. We're like, get the bus. Never came
She
back
was our
with
Miss
the bus.
Frizzle. Right?
She's like,
Yeah.
She'd
on
get
it.
our bus.
Yeah,
so
like
we'd
half
all
an hour
go.
in, be like, "Hey, you got the bus
Trust
yet?"
me.
Nope.
I know what
what
I'm
you
doing.
doing?
Trust me.
She got a limo.
She did get a limo.
That didn't fit everybody, apparently, which
we
is
couldn't even
astounding.
get more than 4 people in it. I don't think.
In a
Really?
limo.
We tried, but like no, it would just like be stealing the limo.
But, like,
instead
you
of
know,
getting in.
she-
That
adds
limo
that
was a
chaos.
bit of a lame-o.
I'm excited to finish that and finish the. We're gonna do that Faggio ending.
we gotta
me too.
come up with like a Faggio off, because if you've seen the collection video, the car collection video that we came out with, it ended with pretty much everyone. I think everyone just had the Faggio left,
Yeah, I think I still need a motorcycle.
which
A few
do
people
spawn
did.
in the wild. You guys saw it when you did the next video.
I know that was the
We found
funniest thing
two.
to me was you like drove right by a Faggio.
I knocked
right
a dude
there,
off when I was like, "There's a Faggio." Right there.
Yep. And so they're around, but like I think we're gonna come up with some sort of game just based off of Faggios and whoever wins and stuff like that. That's when you also said that sentence that I hate was in that video when Gav's on his he's on his Faggio and he's driving around on it, And what he wanted to ask me was if I remembered the time that he brought his Faggio into a Cunning Stunts. What he did ask me was, Jeremy, do you remember that time I brought my Fadge into Cunnies? And I was like, Gav,
Did anyone not know what I was talking about?
Gav, in any sentence, you're allowed to shorten one of those words. I was like, you cannot shorten both in one sentence.
So bad.
It's like, he
So
goes,
bad.
what's wrong with what I said? And I was like, everything.
And then they like
Needs context
bleeped it. It
clues.
sounded really
Oh,
bad.
did they really?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Ashley edited that one. She
Ashley
did
does
a
GTAs.
great job of
She's amazing.
when we lost a little chunk of audio. She just summarized everything that we didn't.
Oh, really? I haven't
And
watched
she
it
made
yet.
this really funny montage. Like, oh, Jeremy gets a station wagon. Oh, Matt gets this. Ryan kills Matt. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Really funny. Really well done. It was actually more entertaining probably than if we had the audio.
Yeah. Joust. Faggio joust? If you just ran at each other, would one person go off and the other person would stay on?
I don't know, but let's
Maybe.
try it.
Let's do that. Let's do a Faggio joust. Now, like, that's one event. It needs to be like the Faggio Olympics. And like, that's one event. And then we'll add up at
the
end.
Fadge off.
Yeah.
The Fadge off. That's a good name.
Think that over, guys.
Be careful
That
how you
will,
say it.
hey, guaranteed that title will get demonetized. You can't. That's the thing with that name is you can't type it. You can say it, but
Yeah.
you sure as hell can't write it.
Nope.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Harry's. Humans have been shaving for over 5,000 years. That's a fact that I didn't know. From flint tools to shark teeth to the first copper razor, we always knew that a great shave comes down to the simple, sharp, durable blades. Harry's is a return to the essential, quality, durable blades at a fair price, just $2 per blade. To keep prices low, Harry's cut out the middleman. They own a world-class blade factory in Germany. Come on, the Germans make good stuff. That's been making some of the best razor blades in the world for 99 years. Join the 10 million who have tried Harry's, that includes me. Claim your special trial offer by going to harrys.com/off-topic. When I use Harry's, I specifically use their shave gel as well. Their shave gel is awesome. It is the best. It makes, like, it's so smooth when it goes on. It makes shaving very comfortable. You know, I have to shave a lot of me. So, it's very useful to have. And they sell it at retail stores. You can pick up Harry's shave gel at, like, Target and things like that. It's super easy. If you don't love your shave, let them know and they'll give you a full refund. Listeners to Off Topic can redeem their trial set at harrys.com/off-topic. You'll get a weighted ergonomic handle for a firm grip, 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip and a trimmer blade, just for like touching things up and making it all smooth and nice and trim. Rich lathering shave gel with aloe to keep your skin hydrated, highly recommend, and a travel blade cover to keep your razor dry and easy on the go. Go to harrys.com/off-topic to start shaving better today. Go to harrys.com/off-topic. I highly recommend it. It's a great shave. You won't regret it. Pick up Harry's today.
Don't do that.
But
it is weird that you were wanting to know about what we were like when we were dating, because it is weird that no one is dating.
What do you
In
mean?
Achievement Hunter, everyone's like been
Oh, you mean
Everyone's
like
sort of,
dating around?
everyone's
Yeah.
sort of. No, I wanted to know like what you guys were, like how you guys were just like dating around,
Like no one's
what was-
single and ready to mingle right
yeah,
now.
like
Yeah.
like that's funny to me.
No, I wonder.
I want to know.
I always wonder what the dating scene would have been like. Constantly, I'll be out, whatever, and I'll like see someone that I think is very attractive. And I'm like, I wonder if if I had the opportunity, if I could like get anywhere with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot
Yeah.
of confidence. I think you do very well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I got this fucking barbell on my finger weighing me down.
God.
Jeez.
She's probably watting right now. She's
I was
working
gonna
from home,
say,
so it's probably on right now.
absolutely he's watching you right now.
Someone in the chat wrote Fadge Olympics. Yeah, it's a great name.
Faggio Olympics.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
The Faggio off Faggio Olympics is great. Faggio Olympics is the name of it.
Yeah.
That's
the
great.
name.
But yeah, we'll come up with some games. That'll be a fun one.
Oh boy. That's
No,
insane.
see, don't write the
That's insane.
short
What I
name.
did.
Quit
Yeah.
shortening
Yeah.
it in the
Yeah,
chat.
as a wolf.
yeah, there you go. Keep writing messages so it
People
goes
are
off
like,
screen.
oops, I typed it.
I missed it.
Yeah, they wrote it and then they wrote it. Yeah, there you go.
And we move on.
There we move on.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, because we had that conversation recently where we were talking about different types of badge and whether you'd be able to tell the difference.
For the veg?
with your junk in other people, and you were like, I have no reference because I've got one vag.
I'm used to one vag.
Wait,
yeah.
back up. What's the question?
I don't remember the question. It was something like
It's really hard to come up with the
I
original
asked
question.
Ryan if he could if he had like a blind 10 vag, could he identify his wife with his penis?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was
And,
something along those lines.
Because they all have like a different quality.
I think you could.
Quality, viscosity.
But you were just like, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna get a Diet Coke.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait, but Jeff, I wanted to ask
make an
you
extra
how your
diet for
dating
me.
life was.
How's my dating life?
No, like before.
Before
Like
what?
when you were younger, when you were
When you were
dating.
young, when you were a young Jeff Ramsey.
Well, when I was 20, I met a girl and I kissed her, and then we got married. And we were married for 9 years, and then we got divorced, and I met another girl, and then I kissed her, and we had a baby and got married. And then we were together for 13 years, and then I met another girl, and I kissed her, and so far we're not married.
So you just
You're gonna,
married?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
His-
you've dated one girl and you just married her and that was that?
His swipe is like a proposal.
Okay.
Yeah. When they
I swiped
match on
right
Tinder,
to divorce.
Yeah, when they match on Tinder.
How about you?
Gaz a dating guy.
Matt?
Well,
Yeah, well, I want to know about Matt.
What about me?
about Matt, yeah.
You're dating
I mean, I've
Younger.
dated plenty of women.
plenty.
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 What's plenty?
What is plenty?
Which we're not judging you on a
We're not
number,
judging
but
you. I
I'm
just
curious
wanna
what
know.
Matt defines as plenty. What is plenty
like-
of women?
Upwards of 20 at this point.
Upwards
Well,
of 20
you
at
can't
this
count.
point.
You can't
well,
count
it's
Club
South
Penguin.
Carolina. You
It's
know.
called Penguin. It's called
Can't
Penguins
count
Out.
your Club Penguin.
It's Neopets or nothing,
Jeez.
first off. But,
His
No, it's Nerf or
webkins
nothing.
but
account.
no.
Are you including family members?
I was wondering how to formulate the joke. Like, I was like, I couldn't find the right structure, but that was it.
Fiona,
That was it.
Okay, 19. no,
It is
no.
a stereotype of Southern America, not
Yeah,
South
yeah,
America,
not the South,
Southern
the
United
lower
States,
part of America.
which is where Matt comes from.
Okay.
That
You would
That's
commonly
why-
see that
okay.
anywhere around here.
Of
Yeah.
course.
It'd be five.
So, anyways, how many of your
Yeah.
sisters have you dated?
Just the one, right?
The only one that you
I
have.
only have the one, but no.
Right. Which is it?
All right, Trevor, your turn.
What's the question?
Just your dating life before younger.
That's very broad. It
Younger.
existed.
It existed.
Yeah.
You dated a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A decent amount. I mean, a normal average amount.
What's an average
guys.
amount?
What's
I
your
don't know what an
average?
average amount is.
What's an
Trevor is like the Wilt Chamberlain of Indiana.
Trevor's face was really good right
you
there.
missed me with that reference.
Wilt Chamberlain is famous for having, apparently through his basketball career, having sex with 10,000 women.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Whoa.
Lord.
That guy, he's going to be the next Genghis Khan,
Or just Wilt Chamberlain.
right? Like, isn't everybody, like, 1 in
Only-
200 people is related back?
Unless he gloved up every time.
Yeah.
Put a glove on?
I guarantee he
Put
did
two
it.
gloves on.
I can bet you everything
I
I
can
have.
bet that didn't happen.
Gavin.
It was pretty quiet
Yeah.
when I lived in England. Had sort of 1, 2 to 3 year relationship.
The mucous membrane girl.
Mucus membrane.
Oh, God.
Moved to America, and
What the hell?
I went mental briefly.
Yeah.
Then settled down.
It's
Yeah.
a fun mental time,
Wow.
right?
Well, it was like I don't know. The accent goes a long way for some reason. I don't understand it myself.
Yeah, he came here.
Getting
he
a beer.
It works. It works for me.
What about in reverse? Is it a detriment to be an American in England?
It
Like,
depends who's
hello
president.
everybody, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it
No,
depends,
it worked
right?
great for me because everyone around me had Southern accents, and I just didn't. So it's fine.
Yeah,
They're like,
people
"Oh my
just love
God, what land are you from?"
They love a little bit of foreign, don't they?
What was that?
Sometimes.
No, that's
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 the
what he
foreign.
does.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments just said the funniest joke. He said, I've dated 8 women, 2 more, and I get a free coffee.
that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Kudos to you, sir or madam.
So Gavin came to America, then turned into fuckboy.
Whoa! No, he certainly tried.
Like the Superman.
Yeah.
I said no.
Fuck.
I said no.
He said,
I made a lot of
"Yeah."
progress, and there were
Yeah.
some roadblocks.
Like a guy, man slut.
What?
Yeah.
Making up for lost time.
Slut just it applies to any gender, though, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's just a broad term.
But if you averaged it out, it's
Yeah.
not that many.
Gavin, you're slutty slut.
Sure.
She's trying to throw the average back into
All
a
right,
gender
all right.
neutral.
All right, forget it. That's just a fun word, and I don't
fun.
say it as much as I used to.
It's fun to know.
Yeah, you used to
Why-
be Jeremy
why
the
is
Slut
that-
guy.
I used to really
you
say
mean
slut
why?
a lot.
Why is that fun to know?
anybody was.
Because like
Anyone
I think
was.
about it, and I'm like, okay, I know you guys when you're older, but how are you guys when you were younger? And I think
Stupid.
about that.
This.
sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
That was fucking dumb.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine this in high school.
It's probably even more awkward and
Same.
clumsy.
Same.
I
And,
was just as loud and obnoxious as Michael, but dumber.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Jeff was
So sorry.
the
Force
worst
of
from
nature.
stories I've heard.
I was the
What are
worst.
you like?
Yeah.
What am I like?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty like I'm still young now, right?
Well,
I mean,
Well, what do you mean like when I was like
middle
a
age,
teenager?
Yeah.
just when you were dating the
Like
hardest.
high school.
I wasn't.
dating the
I did
hardest.
not. I did not like dating because I was like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
slutty.
hurt my. It's gonna be hurtful. Not fun.
There you go.
It's just like I feel like I would just have my heart broken, and then I'm like, now I'm sad.
Maybe
And
you
now
would
I'm
break
sad.
a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
I
maybe
know.
you'd be a
Yeah,
heartbreaker.
heartbreaker.
Don't focus on the bad times. Just focus on the experience.
Well, it wasn't like it was just I didn't do it.
Okay, fair.
Fair.
No experience.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, I had a huge fear of rejection when I lived in England, so I just never
That was
I
me.
get that.
tried.
I've-
That was
Yeah.
me.
ever.
No, that was me.
But when I when moving here, it was like when you switch country, you can always start again.
You can,
Yeah.
you
You
can
can
be a
like
new
kind of
person.
change who you are a little bit. It's like what
Sounds
if
like I gotta move.
yeah, but I got here and I was
Oh,
like, hey,
God.
what if I was slightly more confident here? What if that's who I am here?
Well, that was-
And I just went for it a little
He
bit. I was like,
reinvented
it
himself.
actually kind of works.
It's exactly what I did in the army. Total rebuild. Yeah, you can do that. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's like
Totally
after college. That's when I was like, fuck it. Like, let me just do
And then he-
whatever because
Fucked
Yeah,
women.
exactly.
I'm
yeah.
gonna move and be rich and confident. Didn't work. Money will find
"Oh, I
its way to
forgot
my
on me."
pockets.
I
Oh, man.
had like a realization that like
I believe
you know
I'm a
what?
lottery winner.
People just won't fucking remember you. If you can just do whatever you want, like random people that you just meet on the street, they're not gonna remember.
Yeah.
You.
What do you talk about? What do you mean?
Well, it was kind of like
He's saying nobody's
like-
going to
yeah,
remember.
no,
it.
do you remember?
I
Fine.
no, I can
Which
feel
I
what you're
agree
saying.
with.
Here's the thing. That fuels confidence because
remember
that
you.
hurts.
how often do you point out a bunch of people randomly on the street and go, I'm gonna remember their name, face, the awkward
Exactly.
thing they did? Like, you're not gonna remember any of it. And if you saw them again, you'd just be like, that's a stranger for the first time
Well,
I'm
you
seeing
see,
them.
that's weird because I will remember a face
Oh,
forever,
Yeah.
like
But
forever.
you have a person on
But
the
the
street.
name, no way.
if you
Yeah,
don't
if I
know me
see
at
them
all,
and
yeah.
like, I'll,
So
I'll-
you lived in New York and you remember all the faces you walked by.
No, but like if
That sounds
if
like a
I
nightmare.
see them for a couple more seconds, I feel
So
like I
wait,
would,
you have this forever.
What do you mean?
You remember
Oh,
that face for
absolutely.
the rest of your life.
Yeah, your
Woof.
name maybe not.
I used to work with this guy.
This guy looked
He
like
looked
It
hideous.
was,
I have to respond to these texts
Robin.
from Kat.
Jeremy's just been aside the table, just like.
the two first ones I got were thanks, appreciate it, and yes I am. That's what she's probably watching.
She's saying, how's the
And I just
barbell?
wrote, love you. Heart.
That's so strange. That's so strange that you're having a conversation with your wife through these
Through live
cameras,
stream.
Yeah.
up through the internet.
Well,
and
because
the
she's
satellite
working at
down-
home right now, so I know that she probably can have the thing up
Yeah,
while she's doing whatever.
But it then comes back up through your phone, and then like the cycle
the
continues.
cycle continues.
I thought about that. Like I could be on a conference call like with Funhouse and fart, and my fart could be heard in states away live. It's just like I don't know why.
Live.
Like it all connected with me. Like in
From my
some,
asshole,
in
it's
some
my
call a
fart.
a
couple weeks.
statewide fart.
Yeah.
Can't argue.
Like it's so strange. Like something so weirdly private. Like
You could stand in a certain place in the U.S. and fart in 4 states at one
Listen,
time.
if I ever end
Well,
up on a
that's a video.
halftime show in the NFL, I'm farting. I want that to hit as many states as possible.
You'll be
as
like
many
the security
homes as
guard.
possible.
that
Yeah,
fart
the
and
one that got
security
fired.
guard. Oh,
what?
Paul Fart or whatever.
Oh, that guy
Fart. Yeah.
whose Vine account was just farts or something.
Yeah, it was just
still
him.
is.
I thought he
Oh,
was
is he
Instagram.
still-
He's Instagram.
Oh, he's Instagram
No.
now.
Yeah.
Still doing it?
Oh yeah, Emily watches him all the time. I have to
Oh.
listen to Paul flirting all the
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna pull him up and play
Oh my
one.
god, speaking of Paul Flart and Instagram, Emily downloaded TikTok last night.
Uh-oh.
I spent 4 fucking hours watching TikToks last night. That shit is engrossing and addictive.
It
is
is.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Paul
Oh, man.
is verified.
I watched an
yeah,
older
you gotta verify
woman
that,
He has as many
try to
followers as
climb
I
into
have.
a bunk bed and shit her pants while she was doing it, and then the look at her face and the realization that she was on camera, and then watching her back up cupping the shit in her butt. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
That does sound good.
Does it though?
Oh, it's just him listening to.
I thought it was like an air
No,
conditioner.
he's got some real wet ones.
Listen,
I've never made a sound like that.
Say squirrely
Well,
Dan.
there's
on
a
the
lot of like extra
That's
shit
pretty
back
sick,
there,
right?
and it all just like flaps when he farts. And
So he got verified because of his anus.
yeah,
He also lost his job, I think, as
Yeah,
a
he
security
did.
guard.
he did.
Well,
Dude,
You gotta keep
no
farting.
was all
sound
over
should
the
come out of a
news.
human being like
But now
that.
he's like a flatulent influencer,
That
right?
reminds me of that episode of Kenny vs. Spenny, where like Kenny goes upstairs and he takes up. Any of you see that?
I know the show. I
Like
know
he
the
took
episode.
like the competition was to like emit within a 48-hour period like the biggest fart, and they had a way to measure it, and it would like measure that it was an actual like fart. It was like either
decibels?
decibels, or like it would measure the air pressure or something. And he was taking a bike pump up his butt and like just ripping him like that. I wonder if that's what this Paul Flart guy is doing. What's wrong, Fiona?
I don't know what's funny about farts.
The
Fucking
noise.
gross.
It's the noise.
It's not great. It's disgusting.
when you diagnose and figure out, break down everything, everything's disgusting. Don't think too much about it. Just listen to it and be like,
Fiona. Fiona.
The looks he
There's
just
literally 4 mics on you, and you do something like that.
You're ripping denim.
Where's the music
Is that
coming
playing music in the background?
What's funny about it? Look at him. He's laughing his ass off. He just farted twice. It's the funniest thing any of us have ever seen. Farts are funny.
I just like the sad, like the concerned
the music
face you're
actually
giving
what got me. That came from the same place as before.
Instagram.
I could fart a tune, man.
Instagram is super like lucrative of a place, right?
Sure.
Like having followers on Instagram is like more important than having them on Twitter.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Twitter does nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Instagram's like a
unfortunate. I
big
spent a lot
giant.
of time
Really?
getting the Twitter followers.
Yeah, and I have such an issue of like remembering to post stuff on Instagram. Like I
Same.
keep
I just don't post much anymore on Twitter or Instagram. There was a while there where I was like trying to be consistent so I could connect with people and like because that's what social media is about. And then I found, and like this is not against anybody that uses social media more consistently. This is just my personal take or whatever. But I started seeing like life through the lens of social media, and so I realized like I don't want to look at events and things that I live as something that should be getting likes on it. Like some things I just want to experience.
Or that you just feel like
Yeah.
you need to broadcast to the rest of
Sure.
the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I also do broadcast things that like are events or whatever because it's almost like a public diary. It's like
Yeah.
I do like to look back
Yeah.
on what I posted and stuff. So I'm in a weird middle ground, but I find that it's tough to keep up with.
I never
sometimes,
remember to
and-
do it.
Yeah, and sometimes I
But
just feel
all my
like,
pictures are like the cats.
I'm always conflicted.
I'm like, oh, yeah, there they are,
like,
and then I just post them.
oh, I'm in a cool place on top of this building or in this city or country or whatever. I should post about it. And then it's like, I just feel like I'm bragging that I'm here and I'm telling
it
everybody
does
else that
feel
they're
like that
not.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just very often I never ever post that stuff because I don't want to look like I'm trying to be a douchey guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I went on a
Look at this cool thing I did. You didn't.
It was like a retreat with a bunch of influencers, and I wouldn't consider myself an influencer on any social media. I'm mainly like YouTube content.
Sure.
But all these people are Instagram and Twitter, and we're in Korea. It was for the Samsung, one of the Galaxy phones, and it was watching all of these influencers spread out in each location that we went to, because the idea was that they would take pictures on the Samsung phones and post them. And they would all just like go off and like be influencers and like influence and all this stuff. And I was just like,
They go
I am
off and influence.
yeah, they were like getting all these angles and they were like swapping and helping each other get all these like to make them look alone in this like magical place in Korea. And I just realized I'm just not. I'm incapable of being like, oh, this is a great place. Here's me in it. I would rather just experience it.
Yeah.
Put the
Yeah.
phone in my pocket. Not what they want. Not what the client wants at all.
Sure.
But I just realized I can't do that. I'm not one of those
Take
people.
a selfie.
Well, that's
Why? Like, why?
do it.
yeah.
Just do
What's the
it.
point?
Why don't you find farts funny?
Hey,
You know,
listen,
it's a different disconnect.
It's just like it's not. I don't need to tell people I'm doing that.
I'll take a
I'll-
selfie
I'll
for every
really-
fart you laugh at.
I had a moment like that recently, where I was traveling somewhere for work. So like I had to be filming, right? Because I was supposed to be capturing footage for work. But like, it was kind of a touristy spot, and so there's a bunch of people with me. And I'm filming it because I'm like, I gotta get this angle for the video and everything like that. And I looked around and I realized that everyone in this group with me had their phones out, and everyone was filming it. And it was like this thing that you're supposed to watch and experience, and I was just like, every time I looked away from my phone, I was like, well, this is 100 times better than what
Yeah.
I'm seeing on this
Yes.
screen. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but everyone was doing it, and I was like, this is so weird.
It's like when there's fireworks and everyone's filming. It's like
or like anyone who films
get
a
that.
concert.
yeah.
yeah.
That's the thing. Is like
So
I
some
did that.
stuff you
I
can-
did that one time. Like I filmed a concert and I looked at the video afterward and it sounded crummy
Terrible.
and like I'm never gonna look at this and be like I remember that.
That's what
concert.
the
It's like-
album's for.
right. And so now I just like every time I go to a concert now I'm just like fucking get the hell out of here. with this
Experience.
phone. The only thing I filmed at a concert recently was I posted it on Instagram like a long time ago. But there was this drummer that was like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like he was just like drumming, but it was a local band. I think it was called Black Heart Saints, like an Austin band, and they were like the drummer was like drumming, but he would like stick his tongue out, and then he'd like take every like beat, he'd like put the drumstick up to his head, and he'd be like like that, and his hair was blowing in the wind the whole time. He'd like spin it and put it on his head, and then like drum and spin it and put it back. And I just was like, this is a guy who loves his job, and like posted it, and then he responded like, hey, thanks, man. They're great, by the way. Look them up. They're awesome.
I heard once that like, and I don't know if there's any validity to this whatsoever. It could just be generational bias or anything like that. But I do remember hearing one time that like your memory is made worse by living it through a screen, and that by increasing your like photos are there to help you remember memories, right? But like there is something that we do apparently when we take photos, we relegate it to the memory is my phone will have it.
It's saved.
It's saved.
I guess
I don't
it's
need to
true,
worry
yeah.
about it. I don't need to process it. It's saved. So you don't end up really turning that into long-term memory. You don't process it that way. And so like, so it can be a situation where you start, you might have the same experiences, but you might not be able to look back on them as vividly. And unless obviously you like going through photo albums or anything
Yeah.
like that.
I mean,
It's different, but
I definitely do that. I don't take as many pictures of me in a place. Like I might occasionally do one, but
Sure.
like normally I'll be like, that's a really cool view. I want to take a picture of that, and then I'll have it. And then I'll do that every once in a while, where I'll go back to my phone and be like, that's right, I
that
was
was
there.
cool.
Like
That
I
was
realized
cool.
recently that
There's
I don't
nothing wrong
have
with selfies in some places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any photos anymore from when I went to Taiwan with Jack and Craig and Sam. I don't know what happened to them, but I don't have any of them. And like,
Do they have them?
so I went probably, but I went through Instagram and I found that I had posted like 2 or 3 photos, and like that's the photos I have now from Taiwan. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy I have those because like some of the things they were like so awesome. But then there's other times that I was like walking through shrines with Jack and Sam. Like it was great having them there because they're like beacons. Like everyone in Taiwan was my height,
really?
and then Jack and Sam and Craig were like towers.
Sam is
Yeah.
Sam's
blonde,
like
blue eyes, right?
yeah, and like,
'Cause-
but he's kind of tall, and then Jack and Craig are like
Right.
super tall,
Gotcha.
and like, but it was just like so you'd see them from everywhere. You're like, oh, there they are over there, where I'm just lost in the sea of humanity. But like, walking through shrines and stuff, like there was one shrine we went through because there was a festival going on where like every room had like 50 things of incense burning.
Oh,
And
really?
because everyone was just walking around with it, and it was just like
Is it
the
the same
smell was
smell
like
or
yeah,
different?
it was like that incense smell was like so
Yeah.
overwhelming, but it was like really cool. Like it just added to the whole thing of it. And everyone was walking around with the incense and stuff. It was very cool.
It's like the perfume shop, which is like
The
that SpongeBob scene
episode.
where you're like,
yeah,
No.
yeah.
And they have the gas mask.
Who's going to that SpongeBob thing? in LA?
yo,
You going?
Well,
let's
I
set up
have no
a
idea what
group.
you're
We're
talking
all
about.
going.
Let's
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
go.
Tony already got tickets. I'm
What's
going
the SpongeBob thing?
Where is it?
There's a
Hang on.
SpongeBob
California?
Bikini Bottom experience in LA, right?
Oh,
Tony immediately
Oh,
bought
yeah.
2 tickets. I was like, I guess I'm going to LA.
Let's
Yeah, I
get
need to
it
go.
on.
I need to go.
Cross take.
Crazy anniversary. They're gonna cut that.
Yeah, that'll
You're
be
gonna cut
cut for
that.
sure.
Copyright. They'll never allow it.
Hey, put that bottle back
If you
on the
cut
table.
that, give it to me and we'll post it.
Do you
Yeah.
realize
social.
how much they cut
From the last part.
episode?
Yeah, but they cut all,
They cut like
You mean
9 minutes.
the whole
hour and
conversation
17
you had about me
pure
doing
podcast?
the AC/DC singing and
How
all that.
much
That's
was-
all gone.
How much
No
was cut?
singing.
Yeah, great.
They
Yeah,
have, they have a
soundboard, yeah.
soundboard.
It's not
there.
really a song. It's a jingle, first of all.
It was a giant jump because I was like,
Yeah.
and it was like felt like a 10-minute gap in that episode.
Do you think
Like
we
I
can-
start to talk about Creed, and then they go to commercial, and then it's back.
for episode
I was
200?
but for first members, why do we need to cut that?
We don't.
Legal what?
First members.
Legal,
First
legal my
members.
dick hole. We don't need to cut it for first members.
Legal his dick hole. You heard it.
Let's release the big chunk that was cut last week as a standalone.
Okay.
Well, give it to us.
Probably
We'll
not
release it
that
as
good.
Achievement Hunter content.
On YouTube, advertise
It
with
must have
money
been like
on
it was like 20 minutes.
We'll triple monetize it.
We'll put 5 free rolls.
We'll put an ad break every 1 minute.
For episode 200, I want to do a thing where we all show up. We start the podcast 5 minutes in, and then there's just a sudden cut. Because what happens is, for the next 20 minutes, we're all taking shots and singing songs. So for the audience, it'll be like, hey guys, welcome to... Oh my God! We're all messed up. We're all
I'm all about it.
Set's falling apart.
That would be
200.
hilarious.
Which one's 200? That's in a few.
I think that's like, Tyler, do you know when that is? Within 3-4 weeks?
27th, I believe.
The 27th.
Wow, that's
That's
soon.
very soon.
Deal.
Can
I can
we-
get
can
drunk on
we
the
do that?
27th.
Dude,
That
I
would
can
be
get drunk
I
right
will
now.
clear my calendar. We're going to
Prepare
get
the
drunk.
lawyers.
Somebody just suggested in the chat that we should go to that Bikini Bottom experience and play Trouble in Terrorist Town.
That would be awesome.
We got BB guns in there. And they're like, sir, I'm going to
Yeah,
have to...
I thought we were playing
that'll
for
go
real.
over well when we're running through Bikini Bottom going, just a terrorist!
Shoving kids over.
I'm never the terrorist! It's never me!
Then why did the jellyfish activate?
But why did the hook
That was
come
such
down?
a good
The
episode.
hooks.
Who planted the C4?
The hooks.
Play
Who played
any
it?
Gmod this week.
And I'm depressed about it.
felt
Wait,
I don't know if we have time to play it
was
after
there not
this.
one
What did
episode?
we play? We
Was
played
there
a
not-
lot of
there was
GTA
one
though.
on
We played a lot of
Monday, was
GTA
there?
mod.
Was there not one on Monday?
Not that I know of, unless I wasn't in it.
I don't think so.
Might
Stab
not.
yourself in the eyes.
It was weird after such a heavy Gmod week.
But we are gonna, because did you look up those characters you wanted to play?
Not yet. Not yet. I'll try to do that soon.
You want to put some new characters in?
Well, we're gonna do something next Friday.
Themed.
Yeah, a themed
themed?
one next Friday
SpongeBob?
for one of our streams. The streams that stay public.
Oh, nice.
SpongeBob?
We want to do something fun. So
We gotta do. I'm lobbying for it now. We gotta do a long Borderlands 3 stream at some point.
Okay.
4 of us.
I'm down.
I'm lobbying
Yeah.
for it too.
Yeah.
we can do it.
You know, we did the whole game of Borderlands 1.
In 2 sittings.
Yeah, did it perform well? Probably not. But you know, we always talked about doing Borderlands 2. We
Yeah,
never
no.
did it, and then
Seriously, if you guys like are interested, if you're in the audience and you're interested in seeing that, let us know by going to those Borderlands videos. We just streamed it today, and it's going to be left live. Like, go to those videos and let us know by. If you want to be simple, hit the like. Otherwise, let us know. Play this game all the way through. Get a group, long stream. We'd love to do it.
yeah,
We gotta do it because the only way I'm gonna play it is if I play it with you guys on a stream, and I want to play it.
you got.
Looks
It's
fun.
so fun.
It
It's such
is.
a good Borderlands. It's everything Borderlands 2 was, and then some. When you were talking about the hooks of the TT, like that TTT video, my favorite part is that you were shouting as Mr. Krabs the whole time, and then at one point, someone was chasing you down and blasting you. I think it was Lindsay. Was just like chasing you down, cheering, and you're going, "Stop! Stop shooting me! This reminds me of the war!" He died.
When Matt role plays into a character, it's good.
Right,
The
it
Mr.
become-
Krabs
it
is
become the
very
Krabs.
good.
You become the crowd.
I did the
So,
plankton in that one too. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a really good video.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by DoorDash. Your parents don't pack your lunches anymore, unfortunately, but you still need to eat. Have your favorite restaurants brought to you with DoorDash. Brown paper bag not included. Treat yourself to a meal you deserve and have your favorite restaurants come to you with DoorDash. DoorDash connects you to all of your favorite restaurants in your city. Ordering is easy. Just use the DoorDash app and choose what you want to eat. And your Dasher, it's a good name for them, will bring it right to you. Wherever you are, not only is that burger place you love on DoorDash already, but over 310,000 other amazing restaurants are too. That's a lot. That's a lot of restaurants. DoorDash connects you with door-to-door delivery in over 3,300 cities. That's 3,300 if you want to say it that way. And all 50 states across the United States and Canada. What's the one dish from your favorite restaurant you can never recreate at home? We all have it. We all know it. What if someone brought it right to your door? Best day ever. Order from your local go-tos or choose from your favorite chains like Chipotle and even Wendy's. I mean, come on. You want a spicy chicken sandwich to your door? Now you can get it. We all love them. I personally like to order from chains like, listen, I like to order from chains like Wendy's and things like that. I love it. I love knowing that I can just get it right to my door instead of going out because I'm doing stuff at home, all right? I'm working on stuff. I don't want to take the time to go out and do things. I just keep working. I order it, keep on working, and then it shows up and I can eat it right there. It's easy. It's great. Right now, our listeners can get $5 off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the promo code OFFTOPIC. That's $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter promo code OFFTOPIC. Be sure to use that promo code. That's OFFTOPIC. Again, reminder, and you get $5 off your first order on DoorDash. Do it, stay busy and don't have to worry about going out to get your food. It comes right to you. You can keep doing what you're doing and stay efficient, stay functional, stay fed. It's that easy. DoorDash. Thank you.
Speaking of crabs, and this will be a segue.
Crab week.
I still really want to do crab week. You gotta get that knifey crab out.
Well, that's in
There's so
game,
many
right?
That's not
games
the
that have
segue.
come
There's
that
that
would work for
game,
that.
shooting game with those crabs.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
No, there's another
It's
one.
a Call
All right.
of Duty.
There's
Crab week is on.
We gotta do crab week.
But speaking of crabs, one of my favorite shots
Eugene?
in Bachelor in Paradise is always the B-roll shot of the little yellow crabs.
Oh, the crabs
running around.
everywhere. Yeah.
And that reminds me of our podcast that we released this week for first members. They're all out in video
It's called
form.
the Crabcast.
Crabcast.
Talk about
Yeah,
crabs.
ghost crab.
You like crabs? You like crabs? We
got-
talk about
We got
crabs.
regular crabs.
We got crabs. Wait.
While eating crabs.
We got
We're gonna
hermit
call it
crab.
talking crabs.
But so those are out in video form for the one and done time because these are audio podcast pilots. For first members, they're out right now. You guys have been fantastic. You've been tweeting us. You've been commenting on the website. You've been letting us know everywhere that is convenient for you.
Your feedback has been invaluable.
It's been
it really
awesome.
has.
So thank you so much for everybody who has offered up support and positivity and
Great
feedback
insights.
and constructive feedback. And yeah, so next week, if you are not a first member, if that's, we will be posting to the website for everybody. It won't be in video form. I mean, it will be a video, but there won't be us like behind the scenes recording it. It'll be a polished, edited, cut version, unlike the first videos. Where, let's see, on Tuesday, I believe, it will be Spill the Reality. Wednesday, it will be Down the Rabbit Hole. And Thursday will be Headcanon. All the names temp. Right now, they're all temporary.
Yeah, what was that name that somebody suggested?
Yeah.
Reality check?
Yes, somebody
That's
in
a
the
great
comments
name.
of Spill the Reality had reality check because I think it better applies to the broad sphere of reality that I think would be interested in covering. For
Also,
sure.
one of the Miz's finishing moves. So
One of the. Huh?
One of the Miz's.
Oh,
finishing
I
moves.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
Jeff got it.
I got it. He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler.
Miz.
The Miz. Hey, a wrestling podcast. Who knows?
But,
Yeah, that was a lot of fun doing those podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to do more.
yeah, and to some of the folks out there who might be worried that might cannibalize other things that we're doing, just know that we'll never stop doing the stuff that we enjoy doing, that you guys enjoy watching. We manage our schedules very wisely.
Yeah. We wouldn't
As
take
best
on
we
more. We wouldn't take on more if we didn't have more room.
And this is a situation where, for example, Jack is super excited about Headcanon. He's already thinking about the next handful of episodes, and it's something we'll probably do each of them seasonally. So none of them is it's not 3 extra podcasts a week, but it's something that if we plan properly, we can even do it where we knock out half a season in a day.
Yeah.
And so it won't get in the way of normal business. So once again, thanks for everybody supporting this kind of venture into a new realm. We haven't really done audio podcasts as Achievement Hunter before, and it's kind of exciting. It's something that we're really looking forward to testing the waters on and seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, and those 3, hopefully you enjoy them. If you didn't, those aren't the only 3 ideas we had. Those were the 3 we picked that were the most, the easiest to achieve in the time
We
frame
had a
that we
whole
had.
list on the board at a time. So,
A fake list and a real list.
well, right now it's a fake list.
Look behind me.
It's you.
Right now, we have a whole list of ideas that I think we started with clickbait. Well, what we called clickbait. We had a couple episode series titles for that.
No,
Clickbait.
not doing that show.
Clickbait.
There was
Wink.
some clit-related content the other day, wasn't there? That Matt was going on about.
Was
Oh
it
no,
Clit-
Lindsay's big on clits.
Oh no, well it was the thing we recorded where,
Oh.
where
because Matt was like thumbing the.
Yeah, I was
That's
trying to get it
another
down.
thing for another
I
day.
literally just started. Yeah, whatever. You're right.
Also, the people that recommended that were like, these feel more like segments on Off Topic than their own podcasts. We don't do segments on Off Topic.
Well,
It's
and
kind of
also,
against the
anything
idea of
could
the
be a
fucking
segment
show
on
and the
Off
name.
Topic.
Yeah,
That's
Off
called a
Topic.
topic. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they cut the segment when you were singing, I guess.
To be fair,
wasn't even-
want me to do it again?
to be
Jeremy, what's your favorite song?
to be fair to some of those.
It has to be at least 4 seconds before you cut it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. To be fair to some of those people, though, after watching, a lot of those folks did say, "Oh, I understand. It is a deeper dive. It is more
Yeah.
kind of honed in." So, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited about all the different things we've been trying and
Yeah.
And for
Yeah, still some more on
reality
the-
check or spill the reality before you do that real fast, people were
seconds.
confused as to why we chose Bachelor in Paradise and halfway through the season because it was all it was on.
That
it
was
a,
it was
a
the
test.
fresh. It was the freshest episode, and it's something Jeff, Alfredo, and I and Barbara have been watching. So like we all.
If we were to do that podcast again, it would start when a show started,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't necessarily be a dating show. It could be a
you
cooking
went
show.
through
It could be
that
whatever.
volleyball.
Yeah.
And it would run
Yeah,
through the
I was
course of the
debating I
show,
should
and
throw it to
and
Tootsie
Gavin.
Pop?
we wouldn't start in the
Yeah.
middle like that. It was just for the test.
I'm reading it
I
now.
know.
Um,
Do it.
Well, for clickbait, that's not a podcast, by the way, guys.
Wasteful.
That's a real shame.
Wasteful.
It's a real shame.
You have contaminated my dregs.
It's yours now.
You've contaminated my
Everyone,
dregs.
make sure you sing for no longer than 4 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
The sound.
ready?
4 seconds. He's
What are
got
we
a
singing?
timer up.
What are we singing?
Whatever
you
the
want, whatever you
goddamn
want.
you want, but do not let it go past 4 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? The timer. Ready?
Yep. Count us down to it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. And none of that has to be cut.
Yeah.
Was it cut? You're saying?
What did you
cut?
sing?
Shoot to throw.
What'd you sing?
Happy birthday.
What'd you sing?
The Lion King, the beginning.
the most copyrighted song of all time.
Did you really?
I heard that from
did you
both.
guys-
I had sugar.
We sing the Lion
Did you do anything?
I was just focused
You
on
were
talking,
fine, you were
but all I heard was.
I was doing shoot to throw.
I love that Fiona and I offered Matt a stereo sound.
I know,
of
it was
Lion
perfect. I
King.
heard it on both
What'd
sides.
you do?
I was
The
like, oh my God.
Nas Semenya
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I thought I was watching the Lion
I
King.
read that
Right there.
recently. What is
read The
actually
Lion
written
King?
out? Like the beginning. I was like, what is actually said at the beginning?
Well, you nailed it when we did the just sudden impromptu.
I
Lion
didn't
King.
nail it. I made noise.
To me, that was the song. I didn't
cut
know. Did you cut it?
They cut it.
If
They
you
cut
cut
the
it,
stream.
all
It
right.
was only 4 seconds. What
This-
you planned?
It wasn't even 4 seconds.
This is an official warning. This I'm reporting you to the authorities.
Oh shit!
Wow,
All
3.96 seconds.
Now,
Got
10
2
more,
more, and you're going to
As
your
long as you all
bedroom.
sing different
You're
songs, we can do it again.
Well, that's
Oh, of course.
we
400ths
don't
of
tell
a
me what to
second
do,
to sing.
Robo.
What
So
if I
sad no one heard
whisper
that.
the song?
I said stop. Is
Does
what
that
It's a real
work?
shame, guys. You all missed
Please stop.
All right, if I don't count it in, they won't know when.
So we just talk normally,
cut.
and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
that's
what's
yeah.
really
If I
gonna
help
happen
this
is
out,
thing.
they won't know when I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is we're gonna be mid-sentence, and then
Yeah,
at some
and we
point
talk.
while I'm talking, it could be
Of course.
whenever the butt.
Ah!
I was trying to get you to.
Oh, no.
I was
didn't
looking more at
realize
you,
it.
yeah. Oh, hey.
It was black, but at least leave the sound on.
Oh man. Oh, was the sound there? The
Yeah,
sound's all that matters.
they blacked out the screen. I saw that, but I didn't know if they.
Oh, I
killed
just
the audio.
drank from that. I
Did you
forgot to
really?
use
Oh,
it.
God.
Yes,
Fiona!
Fiona.
Made out with Fiona. Nice high five.
You know what that means too? She's been drinking that milk too. You got milk back on.
I got covered.
You got milk.
You got milk.
It's coming beer.
Milk, son.
Call me Jim.
Milk.
I love that I've never met you like a year ago, and now you're here like yelling "cummy beer" in my face. like the world works.
Achievement Hunter does things to me.
That was a quick
Yelling
transition
tummy
into
beer.
best
God.
friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if that would be a best friend sort of thing.
Well, come on, you don't do this
Like-
with your friends.
Chat is very
Shockingly,
upset.
no.
They cut it again. There was no sound.
Yeah, they cut it out.
Buckets.
well, cut
Yeah.
this. Did they cut that? I can't believe it. I can't even tell if they
Insane.
did.
They did. They cut it.
Yeah, of course they did.
What?
Can't cut my thoughts.
How about we don't talk again
They don't.
until they play what they
Don't
just
they?
cut?
I don't think they have the capability of doing that. Can you rewind, get what you muted, and bring it back out?
They could come out, issue an official retraction and apology, and allow us another 4 seconds to sing.
All right, so I guess from this point on,
Dawn broadcast.
I expect
Done.
a formal apology via the RT podcast. It's just gonna have to happen.
No.
I want an
And
apology for
Eric
Bill
Lador
and
will do it
ESPN.
himself.
Yeah.
By Bill
Bill
SPN.
SPN doesn't have to put up with this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
SPN.
He owns the network. He does whatever he pleases.
Do you know how much music they play on ESPN?
What kind of
Yeah,
music,
like
Jeremy?
da da da.
What's that?
What kind?
Like they play AC/DC, you know? And they're like,
That doesn't register.
I didn't resemble anything.
But they will. Oh.
But they will.
What if you pitch shift it all down? Can you do that?
Yeah,
How
He
is it-
already kind
Can
of
you
did
pitch
that.
shift that down?
Why don't y'all pitch shift yourself a pair of balls and play it?
I like that it's every time
I'm
you
gonna
do
get
it, you get into like chicken
up here.
posture. Jeremy, you get into like chicken posture where you're about to like throw like.
Like, what's his name? No.
From Arrested Development?
No,
you know who I'm talking about.
Job is
Mick
so
Jagger.
funny.
Yeah, Mick Jagger.
Is the
Yes.
best.
It's
Mick
Job.
Jagger does this.
It's pronounced Job.
I had to do him in, well, not do him, but you know what I mean? I had to
no,
tell us
that's
more.
not
Well,
fun.
in on the spot. I had to be a combination of like Dracula and Mick Jagger, and all I know about Mick Jagger.
Mick
Mick
Dragula?
Jagger, yeah.
Yeah, and all I knew is that he walks
know.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just did that, but talks like
And he's an
Dracula.
immortal.
Yeah, and I was like,
Speaking,
"Whoa."
speaking of copyrighted music and our aversion to it, we had Jeff within the last couple of weeks come on and basically Swedish Chef, as the comments were saying, a couple of popular songs over the last couple
Yeah, yeah.
decades.
Oh yeah.
Pigeon Studios, Jen and Pete Coomber edited that show into like an infomercial for a cassette series.
It's so funny.
It's so
That made no
so
sense.
fucking funny.
It's so
And-
funny with the music.
Yeah, and I've been in conversations with the two of them, and I think we're going to commission that and bring it over to the Achievement Hunter channel to give it more light.
It's awesome. It's so well made.
It's so well
Yeah,
done.
they did a really good
such
job.
a fantastic
Like, you know,
job.
people who are always like, you know, how do I get on the Achievement Hunter channel? How do I help you guys out? And stuff like
Yeah.
that. Make content that's
Yeah.
like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what that was. It was
Yeah.
like just so well done. It was,
Ultimately,
it was
that's
awesome.
what you, Matt, and myself
Did.
before we
Yeah.
got here as well. And
Just make content that people on Achievement Hunter see and go, oh, that's funny.
they go, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Basically, that's all it takes.
But that is a testament to editing and like how much an editor and editing can elevate content.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I thought it was a very fun episode. Jeff was tremendous on the episode, but like,
thanks.
but
What they did with
they
it
elevated it to a new level and brought
was
humor.
way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they brought humor of their own, and it was fantastic. So if they're listening, congratulations! Thank you so much for like supporting us. You guys make so many remixes out there.
It's like
So-
the old
Is that
Ryan the
same
Slide
people
Guy
that-
videos.
Yeah.
You showed me about the.
I was
bat.
sharing a bunch of their like
Yeah.
remixes in the office today with Gav, but yeah, they if you look them up on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of their remixes. But we're looking to bring some of them over to the Achievement Hunter channel and officially celebrate them with our
Hell yeah.
audience. So
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Listen to Gav.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
what was the I'm a bat? What was it? I'm a
I'm a
little.
little bat. I shit on the fighting.
All right. Well, I think it's that time.
Probably
I
that
think it's
time.
the time to hit the old dusty trail onto the post show.
Man, we really can't play Gmod today.
No, we
Yeah.
can't, unfortunately. We will. Well, next week.
Next
week's
week
a
could be
Gmod.
a Gmod week.
I'm so glad. Let me just say, I'm so glad that everybody in the office is now interested in that game because Jeremy and I, Fiona, come on, you can't interrupt
Christ.
people like that. Anyway, before like, Jeremy and I used to play that.
All right, listen.
look
There's
on
a
your
I
face.
know you don't
There's
think
a
the part's
fine
funny,
line.
but there's that funniness about the little that comes at the end. I love that.
But Jeremy and I used to play that
Your reaction.
together sometimes, but individually all the time. Before we got
Is
here.
this how you make him laugh?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
That's how you made him laugh.
We're boys,
He's laughing
you
at you, you
fartster.
hilarious fart machine.
Your unapproving, disapproving face. Was the
your
funniest
fault.
part.
That's exactly it. It's the face is what did it for me.
Such a child.
Jeff is the oldest child, and that's
he
what I
really
love
is.
the most about him.
Such a genuine moment. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
All I have to say is I'm
Yeah.
just thankful that you guys like to play Gmod.
Yeah.
Because I've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
desperate
We played.
for
Yeah.
that
What
to
you
be
were saying is we
consistent.
played a lot of Gmod before we.
Even
weren't
when I was
airing.
like just like editing when we were actually right through these walls over in here, I'm like I keep going to Jeff. I'm like, you guys really should just play Gmod. Like you really should. It's just so fun. And like it. You're like,
Gmod's
you're like,
so
yeah,
much
sure,
fun.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
interesting
cool.
too, because
and then be like months before.
My
that.
favorite ones originally back when it was the old days of like, oh, we'll do PC Let's Plays on a Monday, and we'd all like walk back to the other room at the old office and do PC stuff.
Fuck yeah.
And it was like a rarity, but I always thought that Prop Hunt and Murder were much more fun than Trouble in Terrorist Town. Now all I want to play is Trouble in
Once we
Yeah,
added
Prop
that-
Hunt was my favorite by far.
Yeah,
That was-
now-
I still want to play Murder. That's the one I love. the most.
Murder's
fun.
it's good.
Yeah, it's
solid,
mostly
but the
because
thing
I need
is
the advantage of
TTT
having a gun when no one else does.
every TTT video is
Excellent.
completely different.
And like the reason for that, I mean, we added the roles in, which is so good, right? The additional roles are so funny, but like also the like in Murder, it's like really you're kind of on edge, but the two people that are really on edge are the murderer and the person with the gun.
I hate
and everyone
being-
else is just running around trying to get clues.
I hate being
in
the bad
TTT,
guy.
everyone's on edge.
Yeah.
Like everyone's ready to snap.
It leads to really funny partnerships, like in the one that just came out or is coming out.
I
I was in a building and Fiona was trying to get in the door, and then later
It
on,
was
like
the
I'd
one-
left, and then Fiona was trying to get in the door again, but it kept closing, and she was like, "Let me in, let me in," and I was outside, and she was just arguing with no one. She was like,
It was
wrestling.
the recent one. I was like, Gavin,
I was like,
stop.
"There's no one in there. Just go in." And she's like, "Oh."
We're just like mashing it. And you're like,
Let me in. And then Gavin's like, I'm right here, Fiona. And
We
I'm
have
like, "Oh."
such funny moments. I don't know
I
how
know.
it keeps happening. Every
Because we
video.
end up working together and it just never
Well, everyone
happens.
has found roles that work like super well. But like,
My role is stand near Fiona for
no, well,
maximum
there's
comedy.
that, but also you do this shitty fucking thing where when you're the detective, you love to buy everything you can. And like, there was a great moment with the one where we played in Achievement City.
You're like, I hate this detective.
Yeah, well, Gab like bought a silenced gun and he shoots me with it, and he's like, "Oh, that does a lot," and I'm missing like half my health or something. I'm like, Gavin, you're the I can't kill you because you're the detective. Like, I was an innocent guy. I'm like, you just almost killed me, and I like walk up to him. I'm like, Gab, can I please have some health? And then he just disappears because he teleports himself to somewhere else. And like, what's great about the video is I'm talking to him mid-sentence, he vanishes, and I stop, and then you hear me hit my desk, and my screen goes because I like hit my desk twice. And I'm like,
Oh,
I hate him. I hate him.
It's so.
And
I
Jack's
think
great
so.
as the jester.
Yeah.
Because Jack
That
just
was
is-
animated recently.
Oh, was it?
This week.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't
was-
seen it.
Him saying, "Shoot me, Jeremy,
Yeah, he's so funny as the jester because he gets found out immediately and then just tries to get in front of people as they're like fighting.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's wrong? Shoot me!"
I hate the jester jester. Whenever I'm innocent, you kill me immediately.
Dude, the jester's
If I'm
the-
ever the jester, it's like, let's figure out if Matt's the jester before we kill him. I'm like,
No, I end up killing, and I've explained this recently.
No, I know,
I
I
end up
understand.
killing you immediately almost every round, and it's because when
I'm
I'm the traitor,
unlucky enough to see you.
for some
Yeah.
reason, when I'm the traitor, I always just run into you first in a lone room, and
Yep.
I'm like, I can get away with this,
I
and
know.
like I just take you out. I don't know why it is. Like,
the
but
other
it's
thing is, like,
always Matt.
There's
his
definitely
playstyle.
one that we've done where it's like, I said, "Damn it, Jeremy," and it's like you shot me.
Oh, it's when I
Yeah.
brought you back to life as the hypnotist.
yeah, and then like no one questioned
No
you.
one listens.
"You!" and they
no one-
died.
Yeah.
I can tell you,
I
no
yelled-
one listens in that game.
Oh, no,
no
not
one
at all.
And yeah, it's
listens.
very hard.
One time Ryan was killing me off by myself, and I it's one of those things where like Jeff does it a lot because we're all like his kids, you know, like you mix up all the names as you're trying to spout them out in the brief. Like I was like, "Shit, Matt," and then I died instead of saying Ryan's
Yes.
name, and they're like, "Matt, I heard Matt."
No, what it was is you
Yeah.
went to say
We would say, yeah.
you went to say Jack, and then you went to say Ryan, and went "Geralt," and we went. He said Geralt, which is Matt's
Yeah,
character.
character.
And yeah, and then we killed Matt.
No, and-
who was the other
And
traitor?
the other thing is, like, someone pointed out in the comments, if Trevor knew how to pronounce Geralt,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have thought any
Yeah,
of
but we
this.
were like Geralt. He was trying to say Matt's character. He wasn't at all.
I've gotten to a point where we've played so much that I've gotten so accusatory because I look for anything.
Yeah.
I look for suspicious behavior. I read
But
their
then
body
that
language.
makes you accusatory. Like that makes
Sure,
people will
it
start
does.
accusing
But like,
you,
I
so.
know I can see Ryan and Jack especially when they are being defensive. I see exactly how they shift,
Yeah.
and I always want to like go for it. But like,
I got mad at you in a recent one
Yeah, you
where
did.
there was like, that's the thing is people like, if they're doing something, and that's the hardest part about TTTs. If you're doing something, you're very focused on
Yeah.
that person you're with,
Yes,
because you want to know
yes.
exactly what they're saying. So if something's
So you
happening in
miss
the
everything.
background, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And like I happen to not be doing anything with anybody, and I heard clear as day Alfredo going, "Ryan is killing me. Ryan is shooting me. Ryan is killing me," and then Alfredo was dead. Right? And like then we were all in the middle of the map. It was on the train level. We were all like in the middle of the map. And Ryan comes walking in. I see Ryan. I go, "Alfredo, are you alive?" And he didn't answer. And I was like, "Well," and I just like took out Ryan because I knew he was a traitor because of all that. And I
Yeah.
like took him out, and like 4 guns annihilated me because people just saw me kill Ryan. But no one heard that whole exchange, so they just all
you gotta
killed
say,
me.
I swear to God.
Alfredo was yelling Ryan, and then
Yeah.
you have to do
The amount
it,
of times
which-
I go, guys, it's Michael. If I die, it's Michael. Michael's kid.
And then go,
God.
oh, where's Jeff? What happened to Jeff?
Yeah.
And
That
it's like,
happens all the
Yeah,
time.
that was-
We
it was
say it
this
so
episode
much.
that came out.
We say it so much that it's just like it gets ignored.
Like,
Yeah.
I understand it's very hard to watch as a viewer.
Because you
Like,
are-
how do they not hear that? It's
You
like,
know all the information because you're the editor curates.
yeah, you're not
it.
playing, you're just watching,
Yes.
so like you're passively absorbing all
Jeremy
of it.
does the
Like,
ballsiest shit where he will ask you a question and kill you before you.
I've said,
Yeah.
I think on the last podcast that that's my new technique is to kill people mid-sentence when
Yeah.
I'm talking. So like I'll be talking to Gavin, I'm like, Gavin, Gavin, all right, if we just stick together and we head this way, and I just shoot you in the head and keep going, I'm like, then we'll get out of this fine and we'll be totally good. All right,
Like,
let's go.
Gavin, what are you doing? I'll be like,
And he's already dead, like mid-sentence, he's already dead, so people don't realize it.
It works too when you're like, "Hey, Jack, are you alive?" "Hey, yep." And then bang, you shoot him at the end of his sentence, and then you're like, "Okay, Jack, sounds good," and you just walk on.
I watched a recent TTT we did. I was like, it was the last thing recorded on my computer, so I happened to be looking through it this morning. And I cut to a moment where you and I were traders, and I came down a ladder, and you were talking to Gavin, and Gavin looks at me, and I know that you were like, Jeremy, I don't trust Trevor. And I was like, oh. And I just shot him. It was like a wall of fire, so I just shot him with a sniper from 2 feet away and went back up the ladder, and then you went, oh, someone sniped Gavin!
Yeah.
Just switched
I
over
was
a
just
shotgun.
talking to him.
Yeah.
my favorite role, not my favorite role to be, but my favorite role in the whole game is the glitch. I think that's such a smart addition. It just gets so confusing.
Well, like what's awful is now the glitch thing is if you're the glitch, for people who don't watch the videos, the glitch looks like a traitor to the other traders, but they can't see who the other traders are. A very glitch move is to walk up to someone and start crouching,
Fell for that a couple of times.
because if they start crouching back, they're like, okay, I got it. You're the other traitor, I'm the traitor. But the glitch just will do it to random people
That's
and
what
might
Alfredo was
happen to
doing.
get one of the traitors.
Never mind. Go
And I
ahead.
think at one point, like, I was a traitor with someone and there was a glitch. I think it was Alfredo, and then there was also a glitch. And like Alfredo came up and like did the crouch thing to me to be like, I'm the other traitor. And I'm like, that's the glitch. Like, you know, because it's
Now
such a
it's going the
glitch
other way.
move.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you walked up to me one time when you must be
I'm
the
gonna do
glitch.
that in a second.
You did like the crouch thing. I almost shot you right there.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's too
It's
many
such a
people
glitch
nearby.
move to be like,
Those
Yeah.
videos are so loud, and I was also watching a Let's Roll. It was the one, it was the Resistance one, or the Merlin
The
one.
Merlin, yeah.
Where,
Resistance Avalon.
Avalon?
yeah, where
Yeah.
Lindsay had completely lost her mind again, which is good. Like,
She
she's
does
not
a
even
lot.
playing the game to that level. And everyone was like screaming over each other, and like, there was like 3 different conversations. And I thought, I want to make a video where I just trim all the moments where every single person is talking at the same time and cut like a 3-minute video of a bunch of different videos and make that our channel trailer.
That was like,
Hey, that's what you get when you
that's like
just
every
3?
scene in season 5 of Always Sunny.
yeah.
Yeah, when they're all
That
just
season when they're just on top of each other the whole time.
Dude, there are so many moments where that if you had audio levels, they'd be in the red because everyone
Yeah.
is saying something at the same time.
100%.
Well, we have. I've been talking to Chilled. I think you have been as well. He's got a laundry list of mods that we can
Yeah.
slowly roll out into Gmod. So there's
I
like
talked to him, but
200 mods that he's
I
got.
haven't
that
gone
we
into the actual mods yet. But
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
Yeah.
But once we we'll never really wind down with vanilla or with this custom roll mod. But like, I would like to start throwing in this weapon or throwing in that type of change or like stuff
I've been
like
talking
that.
to a lot
so-
of people lately, actually. You
Yeah,
know,
you
on the
have.
last podcast we were on, I don't know if you were on the last one,
No.
but
well-
I was talking about a guy that I watch all the time named Jonathan Young,
Mhm.
who makes like metal covers of songs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he after the podcast, he like contacted me. He was like,
That's
"Hey,
awesome.
thanks for the shout out on the podcast." He's like, "We should make music." I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Have
And then
you
also
spoken to him
been,
before?
I mean, I talked to him like one message on Twitter or something like that. But like, so I've been talking to him now. And then I was talking to some people on. There's a channel I watch a lot called What Culture. They do a lot of
Yes.
WWE content and they do gaming content. I've been
I watch
talking
What
to some people
Culture.
from that as well. So like, it was a crazy week. I got a lot of messages from a lot of channels that I watched, and I was like, nice.
And you and Alfredo did a very special Seven Wonderings that we can't
We
really
did.
talk about.
Yeah,
but
me and
you
Fredo
guys
did
were,
Seven Wonderings.
and Jack and the other one, Ryan, are on one right now.
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was talking about getting a drink in the flagship lounge, that was
I'm excited for
that was
this.
Fredo I walked back to with a whiskey and then a croissant with cream cheese.
I'm really excited for those videos to
Oh,
come
yeah.
out when they finally do.
It's
We watched the
gonna-
first cut of it'll be episode 3, but we watched the cut of the first episodes that has
That
a
we
cut.
filmed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It is so
Yeah.
fucking funny,
Yeah,
and I would
that
consider
first
that to be
one's-
one of the like least impressive episodes.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones where you're like, this is like the worst travel ever. And then like, but the thing is, the combination of the people in it made it so funny.
Yeah.
You really did. So yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for that show. I really am.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go. We got to do a post show and then we're gonna head off. So thanks, guys.
Sing us out, Jeremy.
Make sure to tweet Trevor and Achievement Hunter constantly about Borderlands 3 stream.
You don't have to. You
No,
really
you
don't.
don't.
I think
Don't
you
let them
should.
He's
Yeah,
not going to let us
I
do
do
it
think
unless
you
he gets
should.
10,000 tweets.
That's
Exactly.
definitely not true.
10,000.
And they
in
don't have
fact,
to
you
be
heard-
different people. If
don't
you want,
make me
if you
change
by
my
yourself
mind.
want to tweet Trevor 10,000 times, we
You're
accept
just
that.
gonna make me change my mind.
That's the only thing that will make it happen. So
God,
make sure to pick
no.
up the DHT
Go watch
shirt.
the stream that we just
Coming out on the 17th or something. Trevor, when's this come out?
He sounds exasperated.
17th, all right. Make sure to pick up the DHT shirt. And thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Be kind to each other.
Yeah.
Bye,
And
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.
weekend.